Welcome back to the Lifespring Age, episode 44, Whispers of the Grave. Content warning, gore and body horror. After the ambush, the group heads towards Runo. Lafi and Chee-ken catch up, and Lou reveals information on her sister. Follow us on the socials, X, Instagram, or TikTok. Because, Lafi, we're going to pick up in... My new favourite phrase at the moment is in media res because it makes me sound so fucking intelligent, but I'm
sure,
not.
Buddy.
So sure, Jan. So what that means is like kind of halfway through whatever it was you were doing, but isn't in media res because at the end of the fight, I think we ended like almost immediately after the fight ended last session.
Yeah, we like picked up some money.
You did loot, so I don't know if you want to share with Lou what you looted because I can't remember.
Oh, I forgot you fell asleep, Pearl. I'm sorry.
I have to, I would never shame someone again.
It was.
In the audio.
What was the number?
Because I know it was an accident. It wasn't a huge amount.
It was like I looked it up last. I did it last time.
Is it
I
in
think
the
it
chat?
was.
I think I would have rolled it.
Well,
in the
it's
chat,
the number 282. I believe it was 60. Oh, here we go. 65 gold, 6 silver each.
Yeah. Okay. 288 gold were found.
Yeah, it was 60.
Yeah.
To split between the party, not including Ingrid or Riptide, it was 65 and 6.
Yeah. Okay. So a quick...
And the dagger.
And the dagger. What was the dagger? Oh, the poison dagger. Yeah, I forgot to make that as a poison. I forgot to make that. So I'll try and do that at some point. I just forgot.
Yeah. So that's clearly going to me, right? The poison dagger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay! I finally get to poison people.
One thing.
The best resistance. I mean the least resisted thing in D&D. Poison.
I mean, when you're not resistant to it, it is good. It's just
But it's like most creatures are.
Yeah.
Well, not most, but like a lot of
creatures
are.
Okay, so rather than me whittering on for 20 minutes about what happened last session, would anyone else like to quickly summarise what happened when Lou was no longer able to participate actively and had to be marionetted by Asher? Very successfully, I will add as well.
Luckily it was a rogue and not like something that was more difficult. Because I was stressed. Because you were the turn before me, so I had to do twice. And it was like I was DMing and I wasn't even getting that. Lou killed a lot of things. She did a lot of damage.
What was the last thing you remember, Peru?
That's a good question.
Last thing I remember is killing the weird goblin things, and then nothing.
Okay. So we killed the goblin things. Turned out it's a trap. The other 3 people turned around and were like, "Fuck you," and we got poison clouded, and it really hurt. There was a weird wizard woman, I assume, wizardy castery sort of thing that had poison spells and necromancy, who was really a pain. We fought for a bit. There was the fighter guy and she was like a rogue, wasn't she? Rogue sort of. Yeah,
there was there were a couple. There was a fighter guy who was, I think, just a warrior subclass, and a way for me to get rusty and magical longsword. That was his entire purpose in life.
Die to Rusty and get a longsword.
Sacrificed on the pyre.
Yeah, there was a rogue, and then the caster woman, and the caster.
And the 2 other rogues.
Well, they died instantly. I'm not even counting them.
Yeah, so there were the 2. In fact, they were all. The rogue one was something called a.
I remember.
Oh, it was an assassin. Like.
It was a. It wasn't like a name. It was like a. Perilous assassin or something
like that.
Perilous, it was something like that.
It was a really cool stat block. Really cool stat block that gave her like legendary actions and stuff, but didn't do an insane amount of damage. Just kind of attacked a lot. Really cool stat block. I really liked it.
Ambitious assassin.
Ambitious, that was it. Yeah. Really enjoyed it. And then, as the fight was going, I will say quite badly because the party was effectively split in 2.
Kudo was almost dead.
Kudo was down. So Kudo, Lou, and Lorelei were one side of the bridge. Everyone else was on the other side, and it was not going great. The wizard person, whose name I'm just going to play to myself on D&D Beyond because I cannot pronounce it. Lohazet.
Lozette, something like that.
Lozette, yeah.
Lozenge.
Lozenge. Saw you, Lou. And you would have, at the time, would have recognised this person from long ago. Someone you would have recognised. They spoke in your mind and demanded the book back, but then saw that you weren't really carrying anything that would hold a book. Sensed...
You have a giant backpack. To be fair.
Well, doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but you know, like they couldn't sense the book. They could sense the spell. They could see you weren't carrying like a bag of holding or anything like that.
Sorry.
They sensed the location of a spell that had been absorbed by Ingrid's dragon. So, if you cast your mind back for maybe 5 weeks, maybe even longer, when Ingrid's dragon hatched after the fight with the Froghemoth, the egg had like text that was swirling around the egg. The egg hatched and all that writing vanished. And when Ingrid's dragon or Drake or whatever it is spread its wings, you could see like in the the text was there in the wings. That spell was ripped from them and like absorbed by this Lozette, who then vanished, disappeared completely, and left this bubbling mass of bones and like flesh that turned into essentially a zombie polar bear. It was pretty
What was that
ruthless.
creature called again?
It was called an Ancolex, something like that.
Yeah.
And it fucking bodied Rusty and Riptide. The only reason I think no one hit a 0 in that fight,
Well,
was because for an
Kudo
entire
did.
round. Well, I mean specifically with the Ancolex. The only reason that it didn't like get anyone down to 0 is that it lost an entire turn of combat being stunned.
Well, how did they get stunned again?
Because Rusty had its enervating breath.
That was it. Yeah.
Which was clutch because it basically nearly killed Rusty in a single round.
It was. I mean, you did crit, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was a lot. It was a lot of damage the little boy took. And that's kind of where we ended it. There was a little bit of looting. What I will say, immediately after the fight, seeing how injured that Kudo, Rusty, and Riptide is, Aeon is going to take them onwards to the port to get them healed and like just get them away from all this chaos. Ingrid is collecting the other horses. Because if she's worried about taking the horses too close to the river because that's Griffin territory. Like there are Griffin about there, and like there's not loads of them. And they're not like evil, but they do fucking love horses apparently.
Wait, Aeon takes who? Sorry.
Aeon takes everyone who isn't here right now. So Kudo and Rusty.
Are you sure he takes Rusty? Looking at Lafi.
That's a good point. I just wanted to I didn't want to have more NPCs than players. I don't want a 1-to-1 ratio of NPCs and players. I will say.
To be fair, I think seeing how, because Rusty got very low in that last fight.
He got down to 5, I think, didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think Lafi would encourage him to go and be with everybody else, because she was trying really hard to keep him up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that maybe knocked her confidence a little bit, and she would be like, "No, you go with everybody." Safer in numbers, kind of thing.
He's happy to do what he's told. He's not salty or anything like that. That's his role. He sees as his role as to take the hits that would turn you into mincemeat, and he very much did that. And he shrugged them off, and Riptide's still unable to rage. She was really fucking hurt. And Ingrid is taking the horses back down to the farm. We'll leave one NPC there. I tell you what, we will leave Rusty. No, fuck it. Rusty's gone with Aeon and Kudo. Riptide is staying here, limping along with you. Yeah, we'll give Rusty. We'll let him tag out for a bit.
I guess it doesn't make sense for her to be quicker. So.
Yeah. So she's gonna stick with you guys. But she's like,
hey, I have a question. What about Fred?
Oh, I completely forgot.
I assume Fred goes with Aeon. I'm joking.
I completely forgot he existed. And I was even thinking a minute ago, about saying that him and the warrior just removed each other from combat. They just cancelled each other out. It's basically 2 completely wasted turns. As they just swang at each other. Yeah, he's gone with Aeon. Why not? He's
I just
given
saw
us
it.
the
I had
appeal.
to look at it. I just saw it in the thing.
But yeah, we will pick up there immediately after the fight, and after like maybe not immediately, like 2 or 3 minutes after the fight, as Aeon has taken Kudo and Rusty north to like, because you're only like maybe an hour away from where you're meant to be going, and you know that soon you'll be kind of like back on main roads. You should be safe. He's getting on, and you guys are like picking round the remains of the fight, deciding what to do. If you want to follow them, they're just like a few minutes ahead of you. They're like rushing there, kind of thing. It's just because obviously we don't have the players. We're just gonna push them a little bit further ahead.
Yeah. Lou is completely stone-faced, like without expression. Her eyes hard as she begins to drag these bodies of the enemies or towards the wagon on fire and begins to dump them there. She's like maybe a bit too forceful. Like she's like throwing them, being really harsh with the bodies themselves. She is clearly not happy with what happened.
Nice. I'm just removing some of the horses because they won't be there anymore. So yeah, the bodies, like as you get closer to the cart, it's very much been staged. Like there's the only things in these boxes are accelerants. It's there to look like a really bad crash. There's nothing really in there. All the boxes are empty, apart from maybe some like oiled rags and stuff like that. It's just to like block off a route of escape. Part of the plan was to like trap you on the bridge by like destroying the bridge or something. Obviously that didn't happen, but the spellcaster did effectively locked off the bridge for the entire time they were in combat.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah,
is everyone all right? You two all right?
Of course, I'm all right.
Sorry, you three all right? No.
Sorry, say again. You
No. I just realised because I forgot Riptide was also.
Yeah,
I was just
Riptide,
saying Sorry, people.
She
Go
looks
on.
really annoyed that she wasn't able to do anything. She spent like 3 turns getting into combat and then just got
And get pushed
slapped
back.
away.
She did like 2 hits and got pushed back.
She was
She did crap.
fine. Yeah, I'll be alright when I've got my leg back and working. How about you guys? Lafi, you okay?
Yeah, it was kind of a lot. I didn't expect them to turn on us like that, let alone that big thing.
Yeah, what was it? There was
Is that thing still there?
Yeah, the bones are like it's still there, but it's like falling apart. Like whatever necromantic magic was holding it together has long gone, and it's just like peeling apart. It's pretty gross. It's like body horror. Yeah.
I don't know what that thing was.
Well, it's fucking dead now, isn't it? I suppose we don't have to worry about it anymore.
It was dead minutes before it got back up.
Good point. Well, should we chuck it in the river? I don't know.
No, I don't think we should burn the bones of it at the fire, but
The blood is poisonous. Don't put it in the river.
that's why I said we should burn it.
Yeah. I mean, I can carry it across the bridge.
No, I mean,
says
if
I
it's too much
really want it.
trouble, I can just start a fire there.
Yeah, let's just grab some wood and burn it.
It was just like Niels and like uses the tinderbox to start like a basic fire.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Spell from Oh please,
Cast firebolt on
There
the
you go.
corpse once there's like enough wood and all that to burn it. She just watches the body burn and like scoffs a little bit and just begins to walk away down the path again to continue their journey.
Hey, Lou, wait a sec. You all right? How are you holding up?
Of course I'm alright. It's not like
Inside check.
She's lying.
Has anyone else actually started saying that to their friends when you know
Yeah.
your friends are like,
I nearly said it to my mum the other day. I was like,
Said it to Helen?
never mind.
I've almost said it a few times. I'm like, that would just be weird. I'm not going to do that.
if you want to roll a persuasion if you are fine, or a deception if you are not. You can just roll as a d20 and then add your modifier to it, like old school D&D. I suppose it won't matter unless you have proficiency. So what was that whole roll?
Yeah, Lou begins to say, "I'm fine," loses control, and just shouts, "Damn it! I thought I had more time. I thought... Shit!" She's like cursing under her breath, walking along the side of the road and then turning back and walking the same path again.
Just pacing.
Laffy's gonna like walk over and like very gingerly, like she's like not sure whether she should like try and reach out and place a hand on Lou's shoulder to see how
The moment
she
you
reacts.
make contact with her, she, like, as if she is burned, she flinches away from
Yeah,
it.
she'd like snatch her hand back and be like, sorry.
I thought I had more time. I thought...
What's
Well,
going on?
What's going on is that...
I agree.
Is that I used to work for this necromancer. His name is William. He raised me. He picked me up from the streets. I stole string from him, something very important, something that Wolf,
what was that?
I
Oh.
forgot that.
Sorry.
something that Wolf over here is hiding in her bag of holding.
I'm not sure why I said that with so much disdain. I think it was a good thing you didn't have the bag.
Does it even matter?
Oh yes,
They're
I didn't know you had the bag.
Hunting me down. They're tracking me via divination or some magic bullshit like that.
Well, Lou, I think they would have killed you if you had the book on you, visibly. And
They would have killed you too! They almost killed Kudo, they almost killed Rusty. They would have killed everyone! Wolf, so what does it matter?
What matters, Lou, is that none of us are dead. We're all battered and bruised, but we're all breathing.
How about the next time? And the time after that, and after that, and after that? Because they're not going to stop.
What happens if he gets it?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't known in years what I'm going to do. What could happen, what will happen.
You've also not been with people, and you know that we'll do everything we can to help.
You
Like
know
we did
who?
this time.
You know what happened the last time I allowed someone close? The last friend I had,
She shook her
I
head.
stabbed them through the fucking heart with a dagger.
Ooh, touchy subject. Fucking hell. Yeah, Lafi would look scared at that and maybe take a step back.
That's what happened. That's what I don't know what might happen if I. I thought I had more time. I thought I had more time. I just need. And she like almost collapses against the wall. She puts her head in her hands. She's just shaking. She's anger, sorrow, despair, all emotion flashing through her eyes, her tone all over the place.
I think Lafi would just turn to look at Wolf as if to say, like, what do we do? I don't know what to do.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I think Wolf would like take a second and then be like, well, there's not much we can do now. I'm hurt a bit, and we're not everyone's here. How far are we from the? Should we be from like a main road to the river we're going to?
Like 20 minutes travel from to a main road, maybe an hour to where you're going, which is like a small port, like fairly well travelled, like fisherman's port.
I suggest we at least get out of here and go to a main road. Maybe sit there for a bit, collect our thoughts, eat something, take a bit of a break. If not, we can go to the port and wait there. We'll be with... That's where Kudo and Aeon and Rusty are going. We can wait for the boat there. We can try to, again, collect our thoughts. Not do anything too hasty, and try to figure out the best course of action next.
Fine. Just do what you want.
I'm just trying to help.
So as you stand there, is there anything else you are taking from the area, or anything else you want to look at whilst you're here?
Is there any... Actually, that's a good question. Is there any lingering traces of the necromancy anywhere? Like, any spell components, possibly? If there's any of those bones that aren't charred, I'd maybe take a bit of it.
Of the creature, you mean?
The creature, yeah.
Yeah, you would have had time. I mean, it's not hyper pleasant. You find
of course,
icky for you. Like, you know, maybe it's part of the rib cage.
She just like wrap it up in like something.
Yeah,
and put it in the back of the whole thing.
I don't know if it's been explicitly mentioned. I know you've done this before, that you're changing your primary like target, your blood hunters thing.
I'm not doing this here, but
no. But it's I mean, it's kind of like clear to the others. For Lafi, do you have like any kind of passive, or like any way to like detect magic or anything like that, or like anything passive like that?
Only we had an artificer.
Only you had an artificer, yeah.
That's in my thing is bit of undead gunk.
Not that I know of.
I think it'd be Kudo who has to take magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Would Riptide have anything?
That's a really good question. I've not actually got a character sheet open. 1 second.
I don't think she would.
I mean,
CL's don't.
Well,
I think the only way she'd have it is if she was the wild magic barbarian. I think, but
she currently does not have a subclass.
Yeah, but I mean, if she was, I think that's the only way a barbarian can have it, other than like a racial ability, which I don't think.
But she has got some weird shit. Like, she has got some weird abilities that I've thrown at her because just to give her a bit of utility. Let me have a look. I don't think so. But I mean, as a blood hunter, you are capable and able to perhaps.
If there's anything like a check you want me to make, I can.
Yeah,
try.
like an Arcana, Faith Fiends, Undead kind of thing. Yeah.
Ooh, I'd have advantage on it.
Yeah.
It's.
Sorry,
it's 2. Hold on. 15 being the highest.
Okay. So this creature that's like quickly decomposing in front of you, you take the bone and you looking around, you know, for you've recently had interactions with some Fae. The demon thing just hasn't come up yet, but the undead thing, this is your, let's say, your bread and butter from when you're in the city. It's been a long time since you've had to use it. I don't think pretty much at all in this campaign, apart from maybe the first few sessions.
Maybe once, yeah.
Maybe once. You kind of look around and sniff the air to look for the impact on the world this necromantic magic has, because you know it sits on the world like a lead weight and affects like everything around it. There is a change in like I won't say the brightness.
There's a disturbance in the force.
There is a disturbance in the force in and around this around this creature, and it's very dark, like in the center of it, like it's unnaturally dark, and that darkness is not lightening but rather spreading and then diluting as as the magic holding the creature is released, and that would would be like a classic sign of like the necromantic tally being added to. Like it would be fantastic if you had someone like a cleric who could mop this up for you. But
so obviously, I know Wolf doesn't have any of these capabilities. What sort of things would mop that up, in a sense? Like, what sort of spells?
Stuff like Hallow would be a classic one, and like Destroy Undead, and like the classic Turn Undead abilities would be able to like neutralize it a little bit. It's not something that's like a million miles away from. Just some like, I don't want to say holy magic because there's nothing like that really in D&D, but that kind of like celestial divine stuff would be a little bit better than just kind of leaving it. But there's like the physical threat has gone. It's like it's
not like the lingering.
It's a lingering effect. Like maybe in this area, the plants in this specific area, like maybe this forest is going to get a bit unsafe for a little bit, but not like you're not expecting another one of these to come out of the ground. Maybe like some like shambling like skeletons or something like that over the next couple of years, but something that it'd be very easy to handle, but just not great to leave. But it's not.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something the Wolf will think of to tell people when she's back in the city.
Yeah, but is there anything else you're doing before you move on? Okie dokie. So, hitting the road again, Riptide is walking a little bit ahead with. What is Lou storming off, or is she holding back as you walk?
Lou is standing at least 20 feet behind the last person in their group, and she is watching the trees and the way, like a schizophrenic. She's paranoid. She's looking at every branch, every leaf falling. She looks with suspicion. Everything is she's working overtime trying to anticipate the next time they might be attacked.
Okay, cool. As you are looking around, Riptide's going to wait for you to like catch up or like head back towards you if you like kind of stop. And she's going to say to you, so you said they're after this book. What kind of stuff they're going to throw at it? Is it going to be that kind of thing over and over again?
I don't know.
You don't know.
The thing I do know is that William is part of this of this group of wizards called the Aspiring Glove. They might send assassins. They might just. I don't know. I wish I could tell you more, but I really don't know. I knew the one who sent the undead after us. Her name is Lohazet. And last time we met, she claimed to be a draconic warlock. She researches old necromancy, magic, and utilities.
Well, it might explain I suppose that'd explain the poison she was dropping on us. But is she from up in a giant country same as you?
Yeah. We first met in a Hindelforge for that. Sorry, I need to drink some water. I met her in Yardadan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we sent her around in once before, so I think we can. If you're worried about it, we can send her around in again.
I'm not as worried as her as I am of my sister.
Why? What do you got to be worried about your sister for? Is she part of this?
It's the reason I left.
Well, I kind of left a little bit because of my sister too, but nothing like this. I just didn't get on with her. Who's your sister?
She is my younger twin sister. Her name is Leia. And I worry because if she comes after us, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, what do you mean, like whether or not you'd take her side over us? Because I know blood's thicker than water, but you wouldn't throw us to the wolves, would you? No offense, Lorelai.
I hope it doesn't have to come to that.
Oh, well,
I wanted to do this with Lafi personally, but when we make camp, I'll explain a little bit more. Oh, I really didn't want to do this.
So, let's tell you what, if Lorelai, Loz and I, we head on upwards a bit, maybe give you two a bit of chance to have a talk.
The only thing I'd ask is maybe once we're out of the forest.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, good chat. Oh, look, here's the road right now. How convenient.
When we're out... Oh, there it is.
Here we go.
How convenient.
Look, here's a nice quiet bench, kind of set back away from the road a little bit. Laws, look, an ice cream... a lemonade stand. Let's go get these ladies a nice cold glass of lemonade. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. She hobbles up. Yeah. That's a bit awkward, isn't it? But okay.
Do you know she wants some lemonade?
Oh, I never do not want lemonade. You not like lemonade?
No, I do.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be really good. It's quite gingery, so watch out for that. Well, maybe they'll do some normal ones as well. I don't know. That's good too. So, yeah, I'm not going to roleplay them buying lemonade.
2 lemonades, please.
18 platinum.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
it's a child stand.
This
It's
better
really
be the
expensive.
best fucking lemonade of my entire fucking life, or am I killing you?
Yeah. But yeah, so they join a conveniently long queue that could last between 15 seconds and 15 minutes, depending on how long you want them out the conversation.
I'm not in a queue. There's multiple people. I want to do this.
No, you better
it's just
sat on the
us.
bench.
We're in a queue. We're getting lemonade for everyone. You two are further away.
Okay.
Yeah, you two like have a nice bench. So I'll paint a scene of the word. So as you come out of the forest, this is like a merchant's road. This is one of the roads that's mainly traversed by those people who are bringing stuff from the river or traveling between the farms and don't want to go along the main road because it's a little bit more windy. This is a bit more direct, but it's not as I was going to say it's not as well trodden because it isn't as well protected from the elements in the winter and the height of summer. It can get a bit extreme here, especially when the tide rises. Like, it sometimes goes a bit underwater, but when it's like a nice day like this, it's fine. There are occasional like burger vans and shops and stuff, and like people setting up little what's the word I'm looking for? Like stalls to sell to the merchants, mainly local farmers. You can start to smell the river now, like the big wide river. There's like the Moon River. It's when you're heading towards it rolls along like literally from the centre of the continent, from Havenorel out to sea. It's this huge river that you can barely see across the other side of it. It's that wide, and it's called the Moon River because it literally sits underneath the path of the moon as it rises and sets. And it's nice. There's plenty of trade up and down the river, like fishing boats, but it's wide enough, and the area isn't overpopulated enough that you sometimes see like animals in the water, like dolphins and like magical creatures. Occasional you'll see like elements in there, like water elementals and stuff like that. Occasional monstrosities, but like nothing nothing. So you're not expecting to see a kraken or a leviathan here. It's more that you like hippocampi, there's dolphins, the occasional something that's sometimes a little bit bigger in like really extreme circumstances. But it's a nice.
One of those dinosaur saplock for no one.
Yeah. I was actually looking at the Quixolotl.
Plesiosaur or something.
Yeah, Plesiosaur. Yeah, Loch Ness. Fuck it, why not?
Well, I don't know what a plesiosaur. Never mind.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's where you are. The path is cobbled. There's plenty of carts going down it, but people are not. These are not like sightseers. These are people who are. They do not give you another look as they pass down the road. They're focused on what they want to do. And yeah, they leave you two there.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of myself as a reasonable person.
Pulls out a crossbow.
So I'll ask you
Insight.
directly.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it.
I like to think of myself as a reasonable person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask you directly.
Mm-hmm.
What will it take for you to hate me? No, not even that. How much will it take for you to stop caring about me?
I think she would like. She'd like shrug playfully, but then like the question would like sink in, and then she'd like genuinely shrug and be like, I don't know. I don't think there is. You're such a pain in the fucking arse. Go away. Sorry.
He says to Lou.
Damn, I didn't have to do anything. Job's complete. Let's go. No, just kidding. Lou kind of frowns a little bit at the response.
Why do you want me to not care about you?
Because people who care about me get hurt.
I'm not scared of you, Lou.
Well, I am. I am fucking terrified, Lafi. We're going against a necromancer that has. I don't know how powerful he is. I know that I stole centuries worth of research from him, and I don't know the lengths he will go through to get it back.
Did you say we're standing next to a bench?
It's sitting next to or standing. Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna sit down on the bench, like with this, like, not agitated body language, but this just like sigh and this like flop down, and she's gonna be like, Lou, we fought a giant plant. Okay, I thought we were all gonna die, and then we had a fight with those weird cold monk guys who very nearly killed me. We've fought with all sorts of people. We fought with a guy who literally ripped his eyes out of his head. And then just today, we fought that big thing. I'm not scared of fighting beside you guys. That's why I'm here. I'm not scared of that. That is what I'm here to do.
Well, there might not be a fight.
There's always a fight.
Because, no, listen to me. How would you fight me? When I go into the night, I unlock your door while you're sleeping, I sleep. Because that's what my sister would do. No.
Are you
that's
your
wrong.
sister?
She won't slit your throats. She will open your stomach up and play with your bowels. Because my sister is the bowel hunter. The red butcher of nets.
Do you not
There
trust
is
us?
not going to be
Lou.
a grandiose fight. There's not going to be an heroic last stand.
Lou.
There's not going to be...
Do you not trust us? Have we not helped? Have we not kept you alive and kept you safe? As a group, all together, we take care of each other. Why is it that you think that one thing is going to get in the way of that?
Because it's not just one thing. Like, she just
Lou,
She's barely holding back tears as she says this. It's not just... Let me ask you a question instead, Lafi. Would you still love your sisters if they were horrible people? If they took joy in cutting someone up? If they giggled when blood runs through their fingers? Would you still love them? Would you still sacrifice for them? Because I did. I still love my sister. I still care for her. And I don't know what I will do if I have to fight her. Will I just surrender myself and allow her to kill me? What if I kill her by accident? My entire life I have taken care of herself. I sacrificed everything for her safety. I even sacrificed my best friends, my morals, my dreams, my aspirations, everything, Lafi.
so does it get to a point?
I don't have anything left. Anything to
Then,
sacrifice except my
Lou,
life.
Maybe there's a point in which you stop. Maybe you see that there is a point in which you stop. If it's not changing, if everything that you're doing isn't changing the way that she is, maybe she can't be changed. Maybe you have to accept that. And if you can't be the one to stop her, then let us do it for you. Because that's why we're here, to help you. That's what we do, we help each other. But if you choose your sister over us, then I can't say that I'll ever hate you. I can't say that I'll ever hurt you. But I can't stop the others from doing anything. And you know that if your sister was to attack one of us, that would be bad for your sister. You know that we protect. I know you see your sister as this big, awful threat, but you have to remember that we have people close to us that can also seriously do some damage. And there's strength in numbers, as you know. I can't hate you.
Lafi.
So just get it out of your head.
Then I'm sorry. But I may have doomed us all to die. And she just stands up, nods to Lafi, and tries to walk away.
Does anyone want some lemonade?
Yeah, I was going to say, that was the most expensive lemonade I've ever fucking bought.
How much was
It's
it?
just a little kid.
Do I
No,
need to...
it's the kid that Kudo
Oh
fucking
no!
extorted. That's the
Was
one.
she canonically was Amanda Thripp from
Amanda Thripp, yeah. So coming back,
Of course, Danny DeVito's the fucking dad. It makes sense if the extortionate prices for a broken car. Sorry.
As you stand up, the two of them come back, having missed obviously all of the conversation. Seeing you walk off.
I think Lafi would just be like curled up on the bench, like in the fetal position, like with her knees tucked up to her chest, kind of like arms wrapped around her legs. Just like letting Lou breathe, because she doesn't want to go after her in case she gets a slap.
I think Lola would very quickly like see that, like sit down on the bench next to Lafi and just like, I don't know what just happened, but do you want some lemonade?
She'd
It
just
might
like,
help.
she'd like shake her head and then like look at the lemonade and like think about it for a second and then like
Take a shot.
take a sip and then
It's sour, but it's very good.
like do that, you know, that face when a baby tries a lemon for the first time, like be like,
I will say this, it's probably the worst fucking lemonade you've ever had.
Aw.
yeah.
It's like 15p as the stuff. It's like that stuff they were handing out in Glasgow at the Willy Wonka chocolate factory thing.
Oh no, we were talking about that today.
So seeing Lou
Here's a
walk
singular
on-
jelly bean.
Yeah, singular jelly
Sorry,
bean.
I think Lafi would like turn to Wolf, and I know that in this moment she'd be able to see that Wolf wants to comfort her, but I think she'd like look at her and be like, "Can you please go make sure that Lou's okay?"
I can try.
I just don't think that she's gonna get what she needs to hear from me. I tried, but I don't think it was good enough, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. Well, she would like stop for a second and like kiss Lafi on the cheek. I have. Which ones? Hands Lafi her lemonade, takes Lou's lemonade from Riptide, and walks over with two
She's
things of
gonna,
lemonade.
Take out a little like thing out of a bag with sugar and like add sugar to this lemonade to make it less sour.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's fine. Walks would like very like I would say would like approach so Lou knows she's approaching. Like wouldn't try to be quiet at all. Like on purpose rattling the ice in the lemonade so Lou can hear.
Like he's trying to attract a dog.
Well, you know what I mean. So she's not like sneaking up on a cornered animal.
Like coughing as you're
Lou is sitting in another bench and she is holding this small, like hand-sized metal container and she's just running her finger over it. Why are you here, Wolf?
I wanted to bring you some lemonade.
You'd be with Lafi and she just takes the lemonade with like
It's not very
almost
good.
as she wants to throw it away.
It's not very good.
It was so expensive though.
It was so expensive. It's not very good. I think it was the same kid that could have. Never mind. I spoke to Lafi. But she's over there with Riptide. I think Riptide needs to sit down as well. I don't know what conversation went on. I don't know what just happened. But if there's something that I can do to help, to ease any worries, and I know I'm one person, I want to help. You've all been kind to me. You've let me, come back to my home while things were going on, and I can't thank anyone enough for that. But if there's something that I can do, or that we can do, you don't have to hesitate to ask. The only thing I would say is, don't drink all the lemonade. It's not very good.
I'll ask one favor.
I will do my
and it is
best.
that tonight at camp, when I explain this whole situation, that you just listen until the end. Just try to understand.
That's
Please.
fine. I mean, we all have our demons, whether metaphorical or less so. And of course, I've made the mistake of not hearing people out before, and I want to make sure I don't do that again.
Lou just nods minutely, drinks a little bit of the lemonade, frowns, and
not very
pours it all out.
Well, I did spend money. Okay.
I think Riptide would have got this for you. The 18 platinum.
Well, Riptide did spend money. Never mind. We'll be over there if you need us. Don't go too far.
Riptide would have done that thing where somebody pretends they need help to reassure somebody else, like, oh, give us a hand with this left. So there was some like a pat on the shoulder crying kind of thing, to try. I think she'll be okay. We just need to give her a thing. I don't know about this camp she keeps talking about. I thought we were going on a boat, but let's find out. I've not been on a boat in years. God, her voice is hard today. And you head down this path, somewhat somberly, I think, as you're making your way downtown. And after a short while, you see the path diverge off to the right which would be northwards towards the river itself. And you walk down, and there's a small port there, and in the port there's a small vessel that is against the jetty, and kind of about half a mile into the river there is a large boat that you can see. And you can see Aeon, Kudo, and Rusty have all like boarded this small boat already, and it's clearly like a shuttle boat. It will be coming back. It kind of like tugs off to this big take Kudo and those lot to the boat, and then it'll come back for you in a few minutes as you head down. And Runo, Kudo and Runo. Oh, fucking hell.
Kudo's not here.
Yeah, Kudo's not here, but I've still got to remember the goddamn names. Bruno is excitedly like waiting for you. He's Master Yodering there with his little walking stick, and he's pointing out ears. It's like, it's lovely to see you all, ladies. I've heard you some trouble on the road, but don't worry, we'll get you onto the boat as soon as possible. And
that voice must not be good for you right now.
No, it's really not. So please don't make me change it. Please do not hesitate. We'll get you on the boat, and you can relax, let your hair down, metaphorically. Actually, I suppose for you may want to let your hair down. And it'll be nice. It's a nice boat. It's the SS Leviathan. It's apparently the nicest of the cruise ships. It'll take 2 days at a nice leisurely pace to get us back to Havenorel. There's plenty of things to do. All board is included. A treat from me to you, because I've not been on this boat yet, and I've always wanted to take a cruise. So we'll be getting on there at the moment, and he's quite a perceptive and insightful fella, and he can see that the mood is low and tense. And he goes, well, I'll leave you to it. The boat will be here in a moment. Oh, how convenient. Here we are. Kathy, if you wouldn't mind. And he kind of like goes to her and gets lifted onto this boat, because it's steps up to this kind of like shuttle boat. And presumably you guys all board. On the boat, there's this boat is not great. It's clearly like a fishing trawler that has been shanghaied for today to run people back and forth to this much larger, I'm going to use the word pleasure yacht. The pilot of the boat is this frog-looking lizard folk guy.
Wait, so we're on? I'm confused. We're on like a smaller boat to get to the bigger one.
Yeah. It's like, because like okay. this boat you're heading to is huge. It's like 500 feet long. Kind of. It's massive boat. The boat you're on is like a small, like 5-man boat. The pilot is this like big fat frog lizard folk fella.
BFF.
BFF. He just like croaks at you and gives you all like a slow frog blink. His
eyes blink at different times.
Yeah, blink at different times, like that. And he takes you over to the boat and he lets you off. Now the smell on his boat was very much like the perpetual smell of like fish. If you've ever been on a fishing trawler, that smell never leaves it. But you get onto that, and as you approach the SS Leviathan. The SSS. I don't know what SS stands for, but it's just like the Leviathan. It's this huge boat. It looks like it's been carved out of like a grey wood, and it's very much. I picture like a P&O cruise ferry, maybe about half the size, because it is fantasy world. It's got like one of those big Mississippi like steamboat things on the back to propel it. You can hear the sound of like 2 or 3 pianos playing different songs as you like very quietly as you approach it. Runo is like bouncing in his seat, excited. Kathy is like looking with. She's trying to look with disdain, but she's also probably quite looking forward to this. From your guys, like I'd say for Wolf especially, you would have heard of this thing before. This is like if you're gonna travel this route, this is the way to do it in style. It's probably like 150 gold. For like a short trip. It's really expensive.
And would this be a short trip, or would this?
This is a short trip. But this has been paid for you.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Like, so it'd be like 150 per person.
Per night.
Trip.
Kind of. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like hyper expensive. All the mod cons.
Is it all inclusive?
All inclusive. The toilets flush. The taps potable, so you can drink out of the taps if you wanted. You get there. It takes a few minutes to get on there, and you walk up the gangplank. And like the difference from this like quite shabby fishing vessel to the SS Leviathan is night and day. Right? You walk. You kind of climb off the vaguely slimy, a bit sticky boat that you're on, but it's a working boat. You know, give the man credit, where there were no like dying fish on it.
Mhm.
You immediately step onto like thick velvet, you know, like
Ooh.
red carpet treatment. And I'm just going to move you to the map.
Oh, there's a man.
There's a map just for
Oh my
scope of
God.
scale. So this is a 4-story boat, right? So on the top deck, where
Jesus.
you're being welcomed, yeah, so on the far left, it's pretty much empty. There's loads of space for people to play like bowls and sunbathe and lounge about. And there's like 4 or
There's a
5
hot tub.
bars, places you can get pizza. There's 2 or 3 hot tubs. At the back is like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. With like little sunbathing things on it. And you can look down into the second deck, which is this one. It's like the entertainment deck. But for like if the weather is not clement enough, there's a couple of restaurants. There's a couple of cabaret acts that you can see. There's restaurants, there's bars, there's like inns, there's gambling tables, there's shops. There's all sorts of things. And the one below that is the like accommodation deck. And like as you are kind of being told, like imagine you're walking past a map and the captain is welcoming
You are
on
here.
board. Yeah, you are here, kind of thing, and the captain's telling you where everything is. Says this is the accommodation deck. Apparently, your friends have already got your room keys for you. And at that point, Rusty runs up, really excited, and he hands a room key to Runo, a room key to Riptide, and then he hands 2 keys for the same room to Lafi and Wolf. And he's like, I've got my own room, and like there's a fridge, there's a mini bar, there's peanuts, there's everything.
Oh no, he's gonna spend it all on the amenities.
So he runs up. And
Wait,
you guys...
can I ask a question? Because
Yes.
Brian, what is happening? Because I know you said Ingrid went back to the farm. Is she
Yes.
gone? Or are we?
Yeah, so what happened was, because this is Griffin territory, as I said, like as you look out, there are like birds that are hunting for fish. Well remembered actually, because I did actually plan to say this, but completely fucking forgot. You see a griffin, like a very, like they're usually mechanically large. You see a slightly smaller than normal one, maybe like an infant, dive down and pull out like a salmon, or not a salmon, like a tuna or something, and like just rip it out of the ocean to eat it, and it flies off. It's quite a beautiful sight. It's just like an eagle picking a fish out of the water. You know that if there were horses about, they would be like target number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they had people on them. So Ingrid would have happily taken the horses back, and like, because like free horses, man. And she's always in contact with you as well, so she would have told you like, oh, I've got back to the farm safe and sound, don't worry, everything's fine here. And you could have told her to like watch out for certain things. You don't have, if you want that.
Yeah.
It's a free form communication, kind of limitless. But she would have got back safe and sound, like, missing you already, blah blah blah. Bring me back a snow globe, you cheap. You didn't bring me a present, you bitch. It's like sisterly, gentle provocation. And the bottom deck, sorry. The bottom deck is the staff deck. You're not encouraged to go down there. You need a special key card to get down there. But there's like, that's where the engine is. That's where all the staff sleep, and that's where all the food is kept as well. Like that'd be like the level underwater to keep it all cool. So the food is kept at one end. There's a couple of lifeboats. There do appear to be enough lifeboats for everybody, and there are like a handful of small Batistas on the boat. Just in case. Ballista, sorry, yeah.
Batista is an actor.
Yeah, he's a wrestler, yeah. I was like, ballista? That doesn't sound right. There are a couple of those big-ass crossbows on the boat in case of an issue. They look like they are very rarely used, but they are kept in like good nick. The captain introduced himself. He's Captain Swift, and he is
Captain
an
Goodnick.
No, he's an Aarakocra, and he looks like Sam the Eagle from the Muppets.
Oh no, you better do the voice.
Oh, please. I can't remember what his voice is like.
It's just very American.
Very American and deep. Like
very stereotypical.
Oh no, it's almost like Fozzie Bear, isn't it? Oh no, fuck it! I'll tell you what, it is Fozzie Bear, but it's Fozzie Bear from Muppets Treasure Island, and he's like, and this is Mr. Thimble.
Jesus.
But yeah, he directs you around the ship. He shakes everyone's hand as they come on. He shakes your hand. It's very like mass-produced warmth. He does seem pleased to see you, but like, I mean, you're paying a lot of money, so yeah, I'm sure he is pleased to see you. And he directs you to a couple of finer eateries. His particular favourite is the lobster. Like, there's a lobster bar where they do like huge lobsters just dripping in butter. But Rusty is like really excited to show you guys the boat. Like, whatever happened earlier today is long gone, and as the novelty of this boat has completely taken over his mind. But he shows you like his room, and he's got like a forward-facing. Let's say his room is here. Oh no, I'll put him here. He's got like a port-side view.
Isn't it?
Is it?
All the ones are like these.
Oh yeah. So he's got one of these. So it's a starboard side room. I think that's starboard, with like a big porthole. He can look out and he can see the Dragon Country as he's traveling. It's really nice. It's got a little toilet in there. It's like a bunk bed, and basically him and Riptide are gonna be staying in there. And she's like, phenomenal, great. I can't wait. You guys, he directs you to the front, and somebody's splashed out, and he won't tell you who. And you guys have got like the deluxe suite, like for you and Lafi. And Lou,
this feels very fancy.
Yeah, it's really fancy. Lou, you're like the room next to him, and he like shows you all around, and then he like runs off and shows you like a slide with a ball pit and stuff.
Look, if you do this, you can mix all the drinks.
There's one thing that's got like every single drink you can imagine. It's like Dr. Pepper, Coke, Fanta, Sprite, and he just runs down with a couple like. You can't stop me! It's all already paid for.
Oh no, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Don't mix colours.
He's like pauses for a moment and then pretends he hasn't heard you and nails it. And he
Riptide, good luck.
turns into Muffin from Bluey for a hot second.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so Riptide goes off to rest whilst Rusty is occupied. Okay,
Riptide, you better sleep now. I don't think you're gonna get. No, she's gone.
And you're left to your own devices. And I will say it now. Chee-ken is about. You've seen him. Like, he's here before I forget.
He likes the boat.
I don't know if you want to speak to him right now. He's like floating around the boat. You've seen him a few times. And I will say one other thing as well, because I keep meaning to mention this and I keep forgetting. I mentioned it once, but I don't think I impressed on it at the time. Since the event with speaking to Runo initially, your this is to Lorelei, sorry. The texture and themes of your dreams have changed significantly now. So at first it was all these like weird battles and stuff, but now there's context for those, and it's moved from being these horrendously violent battles to being still kind of unpleasant, not always as stressful, but like you're seeing more of the camaraderie of the original group. You're seeing faces that you're happy to see, even though you don't recognize them. They're like, they seem, do you know when you see someone in a dream and it's like an amalgamation of all your friends?
Yeah.
And you're like, Stewarthy, how long has it been? Kind of thing. Like, you're seeing these faces that don't, like, they evoke emotions that you can't align to them, but then you see them again and you realize that they're people that your grandmother Edith would have fought with. And the tone of the dreams has shifted from these horrible battles to being like just her general memories of this event, of like these years that she fought, which are not like super unpleasant. They're not wildly pleasant. Some are nice, some are not, but they are like super cut with images of you always knowing where Kilpatrick is, and that's weighing that is like the main unpleasantness is coming from these short glimpses of what he's doing whilst you're asleep. And it's not like it's not anything particular he's doing that's unpleasant. It's just like when you have it, I imagine it. It's like like just lots of flamey images, and you just are not super chill with it. It's just not nice. But it's good to know where he is. You can get rid of it if you wanted to, and if you do want to, tell me. But like, he is where he is. He hasn't moved about a lot. He's doing something. He's like preparing for something, but you can't really. He's gathering loads of items to him and like casting long form spells and stuff, but they don't seem to be doing what he wants them to do. He seems frustrated and pissed off, which I don't know if that brings you any joy, but sometimes it brings me joy when my enemies are frustrated and pissed off. But that's because I'm a petty person. That was your chance to disagree, guys. Thanks very much. Why
would I disagree? Everything you said was true.
But yeah, that's kind of where I will stop talking for a moment and have a drink. If there's anything you guys want to do or explore on the boat, now is the time.
How late is it right now?
I will say it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That sounds
Honestly,
like
3 o'clock.
Okay.
The boat will be departing at 6, and there will be a big fanfare, and people may come from like the villages to wave the boat off. This is relatively new though for you, Wolf. This wouldn't have been something that was a thing when you were a kid. This is relatively
something in the
new.
last like 10-15 years.
Yeah. I mean, this boat was like, I don't know if christened is the right word, but like had its maiden voyage maybe 6 years ago.
Okay,
It's a
wow.
relatively
So within
new
the last
endeavour,
like,
yeah.
5 years, really.
Yeah, it's a relatively new endeavour, but it's people love it, and like everyone waits with bated breath for when they do like a lottery of like cheap tickets, like at the non good parts of the year to travel.
I feel like you're gonna Titanic us.
Why do I do that? This is a really nice cruise, and it's called the Leviathan, not the Titanic.
Okay.
So
How
that
about
fills me with confidence because one of them is worse.
how about
This
you
is the
guys
SS
enjoy your day?
Unsinkable.
How about you guys enjoy your day on the boat, and at noon I'll meet you in your. I'll knock on your room and we can have that talk.
At noon, do you mean midnight?
Sorry?
At noon, do you mean midnight? Or do you mean tomorrow morning? Or tomorrow?
When it's dark.
Okay.
So you mean night? You
Wait,
said
is it
noon.
noon like when
Noon
the
is
sun
midday.
goes
Noon
down?
is midday in
God damn it!
It's all right,
Damn
don't worry,
you
it's
and
a
my
different
lack
language,
of
isn't it?
understanding of the English language.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what are you guys doing? Like, just you don't have to do anything massively. You can explore the boat. So, what I will say in terms of what's available for you to do, there's lots of little things available to you to do. There's like shows you can go and see. It's another chance for you to get a brief bit of relaxation and a little bit, but of a different sort. Like the farmers, you kind of had to do stuff. This is like 2 days of unabashed decadence and luxury. If you wanted to. You could like order room service and not leave your very nice cabin for 2 days, but you know there are like things to do. There is like swimming pools and stuff. So yeah, what is it you guys do?
What is Wolf and Lafi's room like?
Oh mate, right, you go in there and like you've seen Rusty's room and it's nice, but it's like pokey. It's like it'd be fine for 2 people. If one of them was little, Riptide's slightly bigger than the average person. Rusty is teeny tiny, so they like fit in. It'd be grand if it was like a mother and daughter room, but for 2 like average sized people would be a bit of a squeeze. Your room, you walk into it and you think to yourself, shit, I've just got to get across this hallway to my room. It's massive. It's got like in the corner of it is a bath. All the other rooms just have like showers. There's like a full like bath with like a Japanese style pool room around in it. The carpet is the same soft red as the welcome mat was as you first got onto the boat. The rest of it is slightly more hotel carpet, if you know what I mean. This is like luxury. The bed is one of those like super duper mega ultra kings. It's so big that you 2 could legitimately like both starfish out and not have to worry about getting anywhere near each other, which I can tell you right now sometimes is exactly what you want. There's like a nice table to eat at with a view outside of the port window. It's got 2 large windows, one on the starboard side, one on the port side, so you have a basin. And it's for sake of argument, I'm going to use the phrase honeymoon suite to paint you a picture if that works for you. It's a bit like romancy schmancy, and like there's like I will say there's like a bunch of flowers as you walk in, signed with an R, a very badly written R.
Well, we know 3 people whose name starts with R that's on this boat. It's not Riptide, she was with us. It could be Rusty. It could be Runo.
It's probably Rusty.
It's probably Rusty. Unless
Although-
unless Runo is like has doctor's handwriting.
Maybe.
Would Rusty
I don't think Rusty would do something like this because he'd probably think it was gross.
So how would he get the money for this?
Oh, I've decided that
He has
had
money, yeah.
He has money, yeah.
Okay, why would he spend his money on this?
Well,
I'm not complaining.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if we ask. Do we ask?
You could ask. You don't have to leave your room to ask him. You can just like ping him a message. I'll say the whole thing is within the teleportation. I will say for the sake of this, it's within teleportation range. Teleportation.
Like in his head. Did you have something to do with this?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sure how that. Okay.
Say thank
Do
you.
you like the? Do you like it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
we
very
love
nice.
it.
Thank you.
Look, I got Runo to give me some more
That
money,
makes
and then
sense.
gave mine to get you guys an upgrade. And then I picked the flowers on the way here.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm playing in the pool. Have fun. And you hear a splash as he cannonballs, and then a whistle blows. No jumping.
I feel like we should get in the pool. It might relax a bit. First, I should probably have a bath. I'm still bleeding.
I wanted to. Oh yeah, I wanted to.
5 hours have been bleeding.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I wanted to take a minute to, well, I'd say myself, but that sounds bad. Is there like a balcony thing?
In your
Like-
room, no, but there is like a King of the World style front of the ship that you can get access to.
Okay,
Like,
give me
yeah.
2 seconds. You guys do something because I just need to clean this or the dog's down. So give me a sec.
Oh no.
Okay, this is very clear. My dog was
Ah.
fucking sick in Libby's bedroom this morning. It was gross. I had like a full-on migraine all morning as well. It's horrible. Right,
So Riptide, how'd you feel about bunking with Rusty? No, I'm kidding.
It's great. Whilst he's not in here, it's fucking marvellous. Just a quick one. He doesn't snore, does he? Because I don't know how attached to him Lafi is, but if he does, I might throw him out the fucking window.
I would, for your, maybe don't joke about that. He snores a bit, but not.
In a cute way, right? He's not going to keep me up all night, is he? Because I need my sleep. And does he understand what a sock on the door means?
Nah.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
If
Right.
hey, if just like pauses. You
No, I won't. I won't.
can Riptide send me a message in my head?
Because she was there, I was gonna.
I was gonna
assume
say
she was part of the
yes.
eight. Yeah.
If let me know, like just points like her forehead, and if Lafi and I are up and there isn't a sock on our door, I will,
You'll babysit him. Okay, cool. No, I'm only messing. I'm sure he'll be fine. I've got some things from the pool that he can play with if he wakes up. He's got his tablet. I've asked him to let the boys know we're back. We're coming back to town and to keep an eye out for Azalea, who will hopefully be back with us in the next couple of days.
This is so satisfying. Azalea.
Azalea.
James, were you saying that, or was
Oh, the
Riptide
bird.
saying that?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Devoutly, yeah. For different reasons. Yeah. Okay, so you guys have free reign of the ship. It is moving, but that doesn't mean the amenities aren't going. If you walk towards the pool, the way they've designed the boat is that you kind of always have to walk through the shopping area, which is a bit annoying.
Uh-huh.
You don't have like.
I mean, that makes
direct
sense, doesn't
roads,
it?
but it does make sense. But it's not tacky. It's like a spiral shopping centre. You can get like swimsuits and nice clothes, and there's jewellery, and then there's like.
It sounds tacky in the best way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cruise ship kind of tacky.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very much basing this on the cruise I went on last year, and the pool.
Weird
I
flex,
would
but
say-
okay.
Well, no, because like what annoyed me about it is I had to walk through the bar and Costa every single time I wanted to go to the swimming pool. But I'm just going
Yeah,
to
but
change.
obviously they
things
just
about
do
the-
that. So
Yeah, I'm going to change the things about the trip I didn't like, which is no one has pissed in this pool and they clean the water out every 4 hours. Because that was disgusting. But yeah, you go there. There's on the area, there's like a family swimming pool where there's like a couple of families with kids and like teenagers and that, and then there's very much like an adults only swimming pool. But that's only because it's quieter and it's, I don't say people not having fun, but it's people swimming.
It's more relaxed, rather.
Yeah,
than...
a bit more relaxed and a little bit less chaotic. But like, I don't know, so I don't mind the sound of kids having fun. Some people do. Fucking joyless folks.
What were you going to say, Lafi?
Yeah, I think Lafi is going to try and find a secluded outdoor area, if that's possible.
I didn't have one planned, but I will just say yes. I will
So
say like
maybe
you
like
have
the
to walk
back of the
behind-
ship.
We go
like
to
the
the
I
hill.
would say-
where all the towels are.
Yeah.
No,
Ship.
right at the front, but it's like in where all of the
Never let
crossbows are
go,
pointing.
Jack. Oh god.
So like, but it's like no one goes there 'cause it's at first a little bit intense, but you see some of these things are like fused into. Some of them are probably for show, and like they're not just gonna like none of them are prepared.
Alive.
Alive, yeah. So like
The boat says it's a reasonable person, then drops a crossbow
yeah,
on the
yeah,
boat.
yeah. It's like I. Just like fucking Aeons. Yeah, I'll just quickly paint a picture of what the other doing. Kudo is just lying out in the sun, nursing his injuries. Like
He's wearing a
like,
speedo with
Yeah.
one of those
Oh,
mirrors.
no.
You know, one of those three-thing
What?
mirrors, so he's like tanning his
Yeah.
face.
Kudo is wearing a bright yellow speedo,
Yeah.
and no one can tell me otherwise.
And like little
Canonically-
thin sunglasses.
he's bald from like the neck down
Ah.
and has 6 nipples.
Oh.
No.
But no, he's doing that. Aeon is in the gift shop, like just like examining.
Aeon is
shit.
looking at all the weird gems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riptide is having a quiet moment in the room.
Just having a nap.
He's having a power nap. He's having a disco nap. Who else is there? Rusty, like, is
Go crazy.
everywhere. He's doing everything.
Oh, there's Rusty. Oh, there's Rusty. Oh,
Yes.
there's...
No, you see,
Is
like,
there two of him?
there's one guard who's like basically not guard, like a lifeguard or like member of staff who has basically been pulled the short straw and is following him around.
Oh,
So he's not doing anything super dangerous. It's like Runo and Kathy. Oh, Kathy's out there actually, probably in the adult swimming pool. Just like, you've actually probably never seen her this relaxed, but she's got like proper like nose plugs, goggles, swim.
Yeah,
cap.
she's fully decked out.
Fully decked out, and she's just doing length after length after. She looks like she could swim like this all fucking day. She's like it's like a salmon in there.
I think as they walk past, Lola, I would just say to Laffy, I feel like Kathy and Riptide should have a swimming contest.
Oh god.
Be very competitive.
I'd like to put money on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm turning into Lou.
Sorry, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, this is awkward because she's gonna like shoo Wolf to the side for a minute because she needs a private moment with her butterfly. That sounds
Oh,
so
I mean, you
Sorry,
could've
yeah, I thought you were.
yeah, sorry, I thought you wanted to say
what you want this romantic
Oh.
area, not you. Fuck off.
I mean,
Oh.
no, they were in their bedroom together. Like,
Oh,
if she
yeah.
was gonna, if she wanted a private
Okay.
moment, that's ample time. She
Okay,
wants to be
okay.
like, so nobody else can hear her because she's gonna
Okay.
try something that probably
I'll go
won't
and-
work.
not swim laps.
Just,
Okay.
just wait over by the pool for me. I'll be there in a minute.
I'll count
Okay,
Kathy's
sure.
laps. I'll tell you how many in the time you're back. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you call Chee-ken, which I just want to I haven't keeping track on this. I don't think you've spoken to Chee-ken for a long time. I'm
I
gonna
think
say
the last time was when I was at
probably
Probably
Wolf.
game or something like that.
Let me look if I can say it.
I think it was
it's
Wolf's
probably maybe
I will have it in my
no.
notes.
Well, Wolf spoke to Chee-ken just before the fight with Kilpatrick.
partner.
I
Could have been
can't-
then.
Yeah. it probably
Wait, was it the
like-
last time just before we left Havenorel that that elemental? What was the tooth or something?
What?
No, it was Chee-ken.
Like,
it was
We had
sorry, it was
something
before
from the
Kilpatrick.
elemental plane that like
It was the ice thing
chicken.
that we got.
Oh
from
yeah,
him,
fucking
I
could
think.
well be.
No, but
No,
it was
that's the
it
last
was
thing
it
I
would have been
remember from her.
Chee-ken, I think. It would have been before Kilpatrick. I have 25 in my notes.
Jesus. I don't know
It could
where
be
we
further
are
around.
now. I'm tracking this.
We're
as
in
episode
37.
43. 37. Oh, we've had some
Session 37, sorry.
episodes. Okay.
Yeah, because at the end of 24, it was when you had Chee-ken appear to Wolf. And then at the start of 25 would have been the end of that conversation. and then Lafi trying to call Chee-ken, but there was no answer.
Okay. So you see him. He's like flitting around.
Good luck,
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have any tissues. I can blow my nose before I do this because this is going to kill me. No, I might just blow my nose on the dog. Okay. Right. I won't. That was a joke.
Inside.
Yeah. So yeah, you call Chee-ken over. He comes over, not directly. You know how butterflies fly in like a swooping, kind of zigzaggy, jerky
Playing
way?
hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. He's like a little bit reluctant, but he does come over. Maybe a little bit. I think camera shy would probably be better than reluctant. And he kind of alights near you or on your hand if it's outstretched.
Yeah,
you can tell me. Okay, you get a butterfly high five, and he alights on your hand. Long time no see, Lafi.
God, I hated it so much. It's worse while you're ill.
I have a question, and I don't know if you can help, but I've kind of, since the last time we talked, I've kind of discovered a lot of things.
I have been around, but I thought I would let you relax because, well, I wasn't sure if you wanted to speak to me because my advice had been put to one side, but I will answer if I can.
Do you know how I can, do you know if there's any way for me to talk to my sisters?
Or send them messages.
Can you say that again? You cut out.
Do you wish to talk to them directly, like a conversation? Or would you like to send them messages for them to reply to? Why is he got like a vaguely Spanish accent?
I'm sitting here trying not to die laughing.
Like literally every other word I'm having to take a drink.
Well, when I went in the pools, I thought I could talk to them directly, but they just kind of said a lot, and I couldn't really ask much because it was kind of like everyone was talking at once, and I have a few questions that I think only they can really answer, and I don't know how to ask those questions.
The pools are the way to talk to them face to face, as it were, but that is difficult because they perceive in their natural state, they see time travel differently to how you do. So they hear the question before they hear they hear the answer before the questions. But if you were to speak maybe to one of them, a spell like commune or augury perhaps, it would not be a conversation like this, but maybe they could give you smaller answers, if that helps. What questions do you have?
Well, it's mainly about the stuff I found out with Runo, and I want to make sure that if I want to ask what they'd do if they were in this situation, because they've been in this situation, and I think I just need some advice from my big sisters.
First again.
Rusty's just running around.
Yeah, Rusty's
He's
on
now-
all fours.
Stop eating the Skittles!
Aeon is chasing Rusty's tail.
Oh Jesus, my voice. Right.
I kind of can't speak with Miranda because she's currently in a sword, and it's just like a feeling thing, and I don't really get any definitive answers from that.
Sword is, I do not know exactly her input, but each time the sisters are here, they are here to do something unique and different. So they could only tell you what they did at the time, when they were doing what they were doing.
I just need to know that if it came down to a choice, that they all made and I choose not to? Will they be disappointed, or...?
Would you be disappointed if your
No.
sisters... Well, why would they be disappointed? I do not know your sisters.
I feel as though it's like a duty to...
You didn't have to make that choice last time you were here.
Were you here last time I was here? No.
No.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Then how do you know?
I don't know.
I knew I didn't trust that fucking bitch.
Can I make an insight check on Chee-ken? Is
You
that
can,
possible?
sure, yeah.
Please be good. Can I add my... Never
Ooh.
mind.
Maybe I just think. Maybe it's not. A
Wait, can I add
person.
my D12 as the
What was your
reading people?
D12 for
Reading
again?
people, but I don't know if he counts as a
I don't think he
person in the
counts
same
as
way.
people. Yeah.
It's,
This-
hang on, let
this-
me read
this
the
dude,
exact wording.
He be a butterfly.
Empathizing and understanding others' emotions. It doesn't say people, it just says
Okay,
others.
well that this isn't an emotional read. I
Okay.
will say so. It's very like the pause was pointed. Obviously, you didn't see the butterfly take out a D20 roll. It.
It was a starlighted 28 roll.
Yeah. It was the so Chee-ken often talks in like non-definitive yes no like yes no kind of allusions or flowery language.
Mhm.
So we'll say obviously it's not like a lie detector test, but
Do I get the impression that Chee-ken is not being 100% truthful?
he knows some stuff about you, like what happened last time, like that like he's kind of alluded to, but he's also explicitly said he doesn't know the rest of your sisters and he has no way of like guessing what their reactions would be. So perhaps it's more that rather than there was like a pointed pause, maybe it was just the abruptness of his answers. Like he doesn't usually give like yes no answers. I think that's probably what you'll get from that 21.
Did you come here with me?
Yes, I was there when you woke up.
No, that's not what I mean. Are you from the same place as me? Or did you just find me here?
One minute.
Oh no.
Shit.
Okay. No, he goes as well. We were both in the same place. I was not with you. I did not come here with you last time, but I saw part of the journey and then saw you were here again. Thought I could help.
So were you here for the time between?
No,
So you've only been here when I've been here?
my God. There's a lot of D20 rolls going on there. Yes. What's your passive insight?
16.
You get the impression that like is not that in that instance perhaps not strictly true.
Don't trust this fucking bitch.
How did you know I was one of the little sisters?
Your porridge shines through. Anyone who sees you can see. You are luminant. You glow. You have the same face. You have the power. You transcend fate and destiny. It is obvious for those who see with eyes perhaps that do not see the mundane.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like that. Oh no. Oh god. Where I'm going, I do not need eyes to see. That is drilled into me.
what the fuck?
James,
my voice right there.
Come back out of it now! What the fuck do you know?
She's
Sorry.
gonna grab Chee-ken around the Chee-ken.
She's gonna slap her hands together and wipe the butterfly.
Like holding him. What the fuck do you know? No.
I don't want you to know, you butterfly bitch.
Oh, my chest! I felt something in my chest then. Okay.
I will say as well, this guy doesn't like. Obviously, he's a butterfly, so he does. He
No,
has
he's not.
different.
He's not a fucking butterfly. Where I'm going, I don't need my stalks to see.
Where I'm going,
Just
I
rips
think
his
I'm gonna
fucking
use my
stalks
wings
off.
flat. Yeah.
I don't need these antennas.
So, are you like? I'm just confused. I'm still trying to figure a lot out. Are you like a part of me, or are you just a separate thing that you just found me, and you knew I was here last time, and you knew I was a little sister, and it's all just some weird coincidence, or is there something more going on that you're not telling me?
There's like a shuffle of I don't know, really feet. Fucking
Butterfly
butterflies.
mass.
Like an uncomfortable shuffling of the feet. We are two different things. We are not. We are linked, but we are not the same. Does that help? We've been linked before. The last time you were here.
Can I make a history check to see if I remember anything about there being a butterfly the last time I was here?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna use my
Oh, the
advantage.
4, buddy.
Ooh,
17.
I will say this. So, Lafi has like a lot of the pictures like themes of butterflies, but and moths and stuff like that. Like the pretty moths, not the weird like gross ones.
Yeah.
How do I say this? You do not remember a talking butterfly last time.
It's your consciousness.
It's like imagine. Okay,
my,
so I'll put
Jiminy
it to.
Jiminy Cricket, yeah.
Yeah, I will put it to you in this way, and then I'll have to take a break, so I need to go get like a lozenge or something. Imagine for a moment, and I don't want this to colour your opinion of him, because the way I'm going to say it's going to make it...
In my opinion, he's coloured red.
No, imagine this. You desperately want... Oh, this is a perfect example, okay? Right, when you turn up to Wolf's mum's house, you wanted Maria to like you from the get-go.
Yeah.
And you did something very, very specific to give yourself the best chance of that happening. Do you remember what that was?
Flowers.
But specifically, you picked her favourite type of flowers. You found out what her favourite type of flowers were. To to butter the toast of acceptance, shall we say.
Okay, so is Chee-ken appearing as a butterfly because Lafi likes butterflies?
I mean, I'm just saying, you don't remember a talking butterfly from last time. It's like anyone turning up to me with food. You know, it's just like, yeah, here's some carbohydrates. You're my new best friend. Yeah, you're my new best friend. I love you so much. Yeah.
Can I say that? Would Lafi be able to infer that from that comment? Like,
I mean, so I would say, I was pretty explicit. I would say that is a statement. I'm not going to tell you. Like, you can infer from what I've just said. You can take that to mean this person is very keen for you to like them because it's very difficult to take advice from a butterfly, or this person has ulterior motives, or perhaps you turned them into a butterfly last time because you like butterflies. You don't know.
I think she'd like give not a concerned look, but like a curious look, and be like, "So we've met before, but you didn't look like this."
It kind of does a butterfly tippy-tappy dance on your fingers.
As if
on
to
your
say
hand.
yes.
No, as if to like demonstrate it's being asked a question that it doesn't. It's thinking about how to answer it. I've not always been as you see me now, but you have not always been how I see you now either.
Can you give any more context to that at all?
I know this may sound strange, but I have hopefully shown I have your best interest at heart. But
No, I understand it. It's more a case of, as you probably remember when I first got here, I didn't remember an awful lot, and I'm starting to, and I just would prefer to know exactly what's going on.
Would it be enough to say that I am not who I was last time? I am new.
But you remember things from last time.
No, I remember what I saw. I did not remember things I did not see. I saw many things. Maybe things you did not see, but I remember at the end. And you, at the end for me. But I know you went off, and you had many years with your friends after. And you did not need to sacrifice yourself like you are talking about now. And I devoutly hope you will not need to sacrifice yourself now. I will, as much as I can, help to make that not happen. If you would like to insight that, please let me know. Like, if there's any insight you would like to do, please let me know.
Never mind.
I mean,
passive is 16.
yeah, you passive is 16. I will say, I'll tell you, I'm gonna roll, but remember, there are lots of roles this could be. Yeah, this could be
intimidation.
This could be an athletics check. You don't know.
He's really trying to fly.
A nat 20. Like, he's speaking with all of the timbre and conviction.
It's golden down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All of the... Oh, it's not timbre, it's timbre. It's all of the force of personality. It doesn't sound like he's desperate for you to convince. Sorry, desperate for him to convince you. It doesn't sound like he's desperate for you to believe him. He's what it sounds like to you with that very low insight roll. And you can take from this what you want. But it sounds like when he said stuff like he's not who he was before, he sounded proud. And when he talks about seeing different things than you saw, he sounded like melancholy.
Were we friends before?
And when we are friends now.
This is funny because this goes back to a conversation in that the last session before the main one, when we did saying goodbye to Wolf's parents. I had this very similar conversation with Rusty, where he said, "What if I did bad things in my like before you met me?" And she was like, "Well, I know you as you are now, so blah 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 blah." If Chee-ken is kind of all around, like always around in some capacity, would he have heard that conversation?
Chee-ken is, I will say for that moment he was not about. Whilst you've been on the farm, it's not like he's been keeping his distance. It's like he's been like checking in. So after, I'm gonna use some language here that this is summarization language. So if it isn't like the intention, please forgive it. But when he spoke to Wolf, that advice that he gave of basically do not let Lafi go anywhere near it was considered then ignored. I don't want to say he was off sulking, but he gave some advice that I think in retrospect was probably quite reasonable.
Yeah.
And it was roundly ignored. And so he was like, yeah, I think sulking wouldn't be a million miles away from it. Like he was floating down, but then you had like 2 weeks there, and you were having a nice chilled out time for the majority of those 2 weeks. He may have been there when you spoke to Runo. I think I mentioned that he was about, but we kind of just like bounced off that a little bit. I will say that he kind of glows a little bit, so it's very difficult for him to hide. But equally, when he's not about, you have no idea where he is. Like, he could be anywhere. Like, you don't know if he goes further away or he just kind of vanishes. You don't know.
I think she'd just kind of like take another look and just be like, I don't want there to be any secrets. I've had enough of my memory gone for such a long time that if there's things that you remember that I don't, I really would appreciate honesty. And I trust you. I'm just, there's a lot happening. And if, like I say, if there's something that you know that can help, I'd really appreciate if you could tell me. I can roll a persuasion if you want me to.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
17.
I was trying to think of how a butterfly would nod. I just imagine him keeps his basically like butterfly twerks to nod.
Jesus.
You know what I'm
Like
like
the
saying? How else would
antennas
he
go
do
down,
it?
but
Yeah.
never mind.
Antennas down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck.
Seen a butterfly up close. It's horrifying.
Yeah. He again shuffles his feet a little bit uncomfortably, and then goes, "Okay, I think these are things that I should share, but in small doses because there was a lot that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything about last time? Not of your friends, but of why you are here."
Do you want me to go off what I know, or do you want me to make a history check?
I will go. I can. Yeah, well, let's formalise this. Let's go for a history roll.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, yes!
You're rolling
Basically,
very
everything
well.
I've sent you, yeah, is oh, you know, I will just say, yeah, that and a box of chocolates.
Oh, that's true. Never know where you're gonna go.
Yeah. My mama said. Jedi.
So yeah, I think she would just relay the information that I know.
For summary for the other players and the listeners, would you like to try and summarise it, or would you like me to?
You can, I can get my notes, but I'm not gonna get it as
Well,
spot on
very
as you
quickly
are.
summarise what happened last time. So last time Lafi was here, the bits she remembers at the moment, she travelled around with a group of close-knit adventurers, very similar to how she's travelling around now. There's a completely different kind of dynamic. The group adventured all over the lands of Warndal, trying to unite its peoples and saving them from various threats. It became very clear after a year or two of travel, well, maybe not a year or two, after a couple of months of travel, that there was a growing threat of invasion from the Feywild. A archfey of the one of the courts, I think it's the Winter Court, I have to double check my notes, it's one of the two, had decided to invade and take over the land, and so and by doing that had disrupted like the natural order of things, and that is why Lafi, she was called at the time, was brought here to kind of help fight that off, and that went on for a long time. Lots of like small battles, you know, her trying to like reassert the natural way of things, you know, using her druidic powers to reassert that balance which was being disrupted by the Feywild. They kind of took the fight into the Feywild, and rather than there being like a big blow-off battle, Albron, the Lord of the Fey, the Archfey, he was leading the
How'd you
charge.
spell that?
Well, Albron, how it could be A-U, could be O, you know, however you want to spell it.
It's the same name that I used in the last session.
Yeah, I was actually weirdly thinking about it.
That's funny.
But then it is from like, you know, one of the classic fairy names or something.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to read too far into it.
It's funny.
He, rather than being like defeated, the group came together and like convinced him to stop his attack, the specifics of which Lafi doesn't remember. Like the agreement at the time was like is unclear of what the agreement was they came to, but there was an element of compromise at both sides that resulted in a lack of like prolonged attack and lack of destabilization of the two planes, and harmony was restored. Now, usually at that point, the little sister would leave, her job being done, At the time, Lafette elected to stay. And that's kind of all she remembers, apart from a couple of other bits that I don't think are super relevant at the moment. Well, I won't say relevant, but not related to this specific conversation.
Mhm.
So that's, in quick summary, what happened. And so he, I will say for that, Chee-ken kind of gives you, like, fills in some of the blanks about how you initially realised there was, like, what the threat was and where it was coming from. So areas of like ancient magic. That this is before the Lich War as well, so you didn't have that. So to the far west of the country, there was like a completely different kind of geography there and different kind of powers and stuff. So the land was essentially unrecognizable in terms of location, but like the geography remains the same for most of it, like the mountains and stuff, and some of the places that she's been are the same. But the overriding thing was there was a lot of like attacks of small villages and like political settlements. So lots of the Ordin, they called the ruling class in Yadrudan, who are basically like the Ordin caste or the Ordin sect. Oh, what the fuck are they called? I've not looked at this in ages. History, Yadrudan factions.
This
the
is
Ordin
from
caste,
the Archway, right?
Yeah, so from the Archway. So the Ordin caste were like the elected rulers of Yadrudan. They basically aligned themselves, and they rotate in and out, but they were like attacked and tried to be replaced. The royal family in Algadane were attacked and tried to be replaced with like Fey agents, or you know, like they've been like tried to be taken over by charm effects and stuff. They were all kind of overthrown one by one. Some places were attacked outright. Sometimes it was like crazed Fey were attacking towns. These things were all fought off. The dragons have been driven mad by the invasion of the psychic. Like Fey monsters, and they were being charmed to attack, and all these weird things were happening. And the party overcame these things one by one, and then took the fight to the Fey realm. And then eventually they were able to come to a compromise. And you know, he just talks about that for a little bit. And this is, but there is much more. Sorry, I need to have a drink now.
Martin Clun.
There's Martin Cluns. There is much more of what happened. I will need to flesh it out in my notes. You awkward bitch. I do not want you to be overwhelmed. Now is a time of rest and relaxation and happiness. So do not worry, but I will tell you next time I speak to you, but just not tonight.
Okay.
Give me 2 weeks, yeah?
Okay. I'm gonna go and spend some quality time with my girlfriend now.
Okay, try the ice cream bar. It looks delicious.
Okay.
Don't trust anything he does. Stop the ice cream.
Ate ice
The ice cream
cream
looks
ever
awful.
again.
Oh, man. The ice cream looks awful.
No, it doesn't. But it's that, I don't know if you have them down south, but you know where... Well, no, I don't. I've never been to that particular part of the country, but in the north we have these, like, I can't remember the name of the place. There's like Green Inn or something. They do carvery dinners and they have like a ice cream thing, but the ice cream and the cakes are massive and they look amazing, but it's just the cheapest. Like it's just.
I know of them. I don't.
You know of it, yeah. But it like you think, oh, that looks great, and then you get closer and you realise that you're probably looking at Play-Doh, and you're like, maybe not. That's kind of like quality of the ice cream here. Not to put you off.
Okay.
Please, someone else talk for a few minutes.
I'm gonna go find Wolf.
Yeah, okay.
She's lying on one of the sun beds, like very vaguely seeing how many laps Kathy's doing while she's like relaxing, trying not to get sunburned.
I don't know why I imagine Wolf is really pale. I think she's very pale.
She is.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah.
Like as she as you see the sunlight here, you can see her heartbeat like a baby fish.
She's not that pale, but she is just like, you know, she's.
Space, the Gith Yankee, like complain, like, what's that bright light from Earth?
Thanks.
I think you know, like when you're sitting somewhere and you have like a dog that like comes and like tries to get as close as possible without like moving you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lafi's just literally gonna like climb on the side of the chair and like shuffle right up next to Wolf and just like put her head on her shoulder and like just completely get in her space.
Is everything okay?
Mm.
She like moves up her sunglasses. She's not wearing sunglasses.
How many laps did she do?
I lost count after 25.
Let's roll some d20s, maybe.
Probably like at least 30 20s, right?
Yeah, 3d20. No, I'll go 2 plus 25.
Jesus.
She's on lap 49 and she's not.
She's
slowed
on.
down.
I think she's done more than 45. Well, I've been lying here.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's
Wow,
eating up them lines.
Listen, it just means she's doing the exercise. It means I don't have to feel bad about not doing exercise.
That's yeah.
I know it
that
doesn't
how
make
it
sense.
works?
No, it's not.
I had a weird conversation with Chee-ken.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, it's just what would give me a normal conversation with your butterfly frog.
I see. I thought because when I woke up, Chee-ken was like the first person thing. I don't know the first other person. I don't know what the right term is. The
First creature, the
yes,
first
that I
thing
ever
you interacted with.
yeah. And I thought that we kind of came here together. And it turns out we didn't, and I don't know who Chee-ken is, but he knows me from last time I was here. I just feel like there's a lot of things that it's really kind of scary when it feels like everything's out of my control.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's not easy not being in control, but most of the times we very rarely aren't in control.
and I think Lou is angry with me.
I think Lou's just angry.
She keeps asking me. She'd like look around, make sure Lou wasn't like listening in.
In the distance, drinking her sauce away in the bar.
She's gonna like.
Wait, someone's calling me.
I can hear someone talking about me. My ears are burning. No, she'd be like, like she keeps asking me what it would take for me to stop caring about her or to hate her.
I think she's just nervous about getting close to people, which I can understand. I think she's just scared about what happened today and what might happen when we get back to the city. I don't think she's angry with you specifically. I think she's just annoyed at the situation. This music is so off-putting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I was just about to say, fucking Rammstein are great, but maybe not the one for this. Let me just pick another one. It's such a
It's
cool
not anime music.
No, it's Rammstein, man. I fucking love Rammstein. Let's go for retro outwave. Why not? It's the similar kind of vibe, but maybe less lyrics.
I was trying to sing and I was like, I can't hear myself think over the music.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry. I
Bless
think
you.
the one thing that is scary is when Lou asked me if I could hate her, I really thought about it. And I don't think I can. I don't think I hate anyone. We've had all these really awful things happen. And I don't know what it means to hate someone.
What
Don't get me
about
wrong.
Ned?
No, I don't hate Ned. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the guy, but I don't hate him. You hate someone, that means you want them to... She like does the finger slicer on her neck
That's
thing.
not necessarily true. When you hate someone, I mean, there's different forms of hating. There is obviously the form of you hate someone so much that you want them to trip over, and not stand back up. But that's extreme cases. Most of the time when you hate someone, you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them do well. Most of the time you don't want to see them die. You you just don't want them to have good moments.
I don't feel that way about anyone.
That's, to be fair, I don't think I feel that way about anyone. Thanks for a second. I don't think I feel that way about anyone. I don't like most people, but
I think some people deserve to just get hiccups.
yeah, like both sides of their pillar are warm.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I hate people, but sometimes I just want people to have a kind of iffy day.
Yeah, I mean that's normal. It's very unlikely to actually hate someone, and it takes a lot to actually hate someone. The lemonade here is a lot better. Do you want some lemonade?
Mhm.
She gets some lemonade for both of them.
She'd like taste it, she'd be like, oh yeah, that hits the spot.
Yeah. The ice cream's not good. I've learned that the hard way.
Oh, there's like 8 plates of ice cream.
No, it'd been like it's now just like a melted pile of what once was ice cream. She had like 2 mouths. Like, oh, it's not good. If I don't know. I mean, I feel like we might learn more later.
Can I? I'm gonna do something so stupid here. Can I? Because I know frostbite is like you cast it on someone, but can I like flavor it so that I cast it on the lemonade to make like a slush,
Ooh.
Yeah. No.
and then give it to Wolf and be like, the ice cream was bad, but here you go, kind of thing.
Wolf like looks at it and just starts like you can't chug a slushy, but like drinks it very quickly and almost gets a brain freeze. Do you need me to make a con save against brain freeze?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it will be against Lafi's
17.
70, so yeah, you're fine.
Ow, cold.
We will roll the clock forward slightly as you all spend an enjoyable afternoon on the boat. The rest of the party all spend too long in the sun and are unable to join you for your conversation.
Oh no, Kudo's Speedo.
Yes, Kudo. He's got
Kudo's Speedo is now a part.
No, it's not that they have been sunburned, it's that they have spent some time with Kuda and they're too traumatized to do anything
my
else.
God.
but
No,
stand
they
shock at the door.
ate too much of the shitty ice cream and now they're all sick.
Just riddling through him, yeah.
Oh no, but trying to get like a melted Speedo off of fur.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Lou is going to go out of her way to invite Riptide to this conversation if she wants.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're happy with them, I will say any NPC who's with you, that up to and including Runo, but I just don't see why you would really want him there.
No,
I
don't think Lou would be very happy with Rusty there as well.
He doesn't want Rusty there. Sorry,
No.
She doesn't want Rusty there. Okay, yeah, fine. That's fine. Up to you. I mean, yeah, it's your moment. So, I will say, like, you all get in there, and would you actively ask him not to be there if he turned up, or would you just try and find a time that he wasn't about?
Rusty, I will give you cake if you spend 2 hours in my room jumping on the bed.
2 hours.
Sold.
He doesn't need more cake.
And as he goes away, I just mumble to my bed, "Sucker, the cake is free, idiot."
As we're all like, as he goes into the room, in Rusty's head, Lorelai just says, "Make sure to drink water, please."
I'm not thinking any water. It's free to you, family.
Oh, please say he throws up on
no.
Lou's bed.
God damn it.
Joke.
No.
Yeah. So
If he does that, I'm getting new boots.
What?
Rusty boots.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, why are they connected at all?
Yeah. Riptide lumbers into the room after like looking shell shocked because Rusty came back to look for something and interrupted her nap.
Oh, no.
So she like hobbles in. She's not got like this is probably one of the few times you've seen her not carrying a weapon. She's she's wearing like armor and stuff, but she's very since you kind of met back up with her, she's been wearing like rough traveling clothes, not armor. But this time she's wearing like a very loose like summer dress. She kind of looks not uncomfortable in it, but it is a bit of a like a double take because it's not normally her kind of thing. She's clearly not got any clothes to wear for this kind of outing. Everyone else is dressed like kind of smart or like at least nice.
Lou
But so
is
she's
wearing.
like gone to the shops and bought like a summer dress that does fit her, but doesn't. I will say doesn't suit her, or like at least doesn't fit her normal vibe. I mean, she looks fine, but
It's just apart from the regular reply we used to
it's
say.
kind of like when you sent that picture of Lorelei in the farmer's outfit, and that was very different. It's that kind of chop and change.
Mm-hmm.
But she looks fine. It's like a bit of a oh shit, she can wear a dress kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe she wore one for Lorelei's birthday. I don't remember. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, she did. She went out, but that was like a very sexy dress.
Like a club dress.
Club dress. This is not a club dress. This is a. This is like imagine. I'm trying to think of like the worst thing for a blue skin tone, like a dress.
Red. It's pretty
no,
weird.
I was thinking like white and sunflowers.
No, I think that works, but
I mean, yeah. I don't know why we're obsessing about this.
no, I don't know why.
It'd probably be
I've
like
started
green, but like a really bright green.
Yeah. It doesn't
Like a lime.
She's pulling it off, but like, it's clearly not what she would wear if she had a choice. Like, she had her own unit. Like she's like constantly adjusting it, like constantly faffing with it. She sits down and she's got with her like one of those. Just it's like a glass she's having to hold with two hands. It's got that much fruit and fucking umbrella sticking out of it. It's like, yeah, this place is all right, isn't it? Anyway, Lou, you called us in. Can I offer some advice?
Yeah. I'm going to give a little bit more context about how we ended up in this situation. Not about the stuff.
Oh, do you mean the fight earlier?
Yeah. And about my tantrum.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we hit your face.
Lafi would be like very actively listening, but also very like nervously and out of respect silent. It's like she saw a side to Lou that she was like not scared of, but that she doesn't want to get on again.
Lou is at this point wearing something a little bit more casual. She's wearing just black pants, a tank top, and on top of that, like a lumberjack, like I guess you call that a flannel, like those checker mark things. And she's just sitting by the edge of the bed, holding this small metal container about the size of her hand. Do you guys want the long version or the short one?
I think as much as you're comfortable to say.
I'll do the long version. It might answer some questions you have. The reason I ended up like I am right now is because I did two sins. I was born poor to a poor family, and I cared. You see, I was born in Nets with my twin sister to a family of four: my father, my mother, me, and my sister. We were poor. Food was difficult to come by, and one day, at the age of 10, my father was approached by a rich merchant. That is the day I was sold off for the price of 5 silver and a job. I was to be the maid, the servant of that merchant's daughter, a little bright girl called Daisy. I didn't really resent my father. I don't even resent the merchant or his daughter. I don't know what I feel about them. But I do know that I came to care about Daisy. She taught me how to read, and together, the three of us, we would read stories. I was enamored with stories. I loved them. I couldn't get enough of them. So I began to read more and more and more about these heroes, these audacious rogues, their adventure. And I was inspired. I wanted to do good. So I decided I will help my father out. I would take the coppers, that was my salary, and I would give him to him. Not personally, I don't know what I would have done if I saw him, but I just knocked on his door and left the coppers in a little bag. And I thought I could be happy there. I could, live my life serving Daisy, and everything would be well in the world. Until one day, some jewelry got stolen, and the finger was pointed at my little sister. You can't trust a criminal as being a servant, so they wanted to sell her off to a pimp. I took issue with that, and with my sister in tow, we fled the house. Of course, I tried to go to my old home, where my father and mother were. They weren't there. They had moved to a better place, a richer part in town. It took all day to find them. And when I did, I knocked on the door, and when my father opened the door, I asked for asylum. And you know what he said? Want to take a guess?
What
No?
did he say? I don't know. Welcome
He
home?
told me he had to take care of his family. And past him, on the couch, I saw my mother with a small bundle in her arms, and a little blonde boy. I didn't shout, I didn't cry, I didn't beg. I just walked away because a man had to take care of his family. And I wasn't part of it anymore. And so the Marble Cut sisters went to the streets. Let me tell you something about nets. Those winters, they were hellish. Food is hard to come by, and nobody has some change for a few starved children. Nobody cares. Why would they? Until one day, someone did. This Goliath came. Her name? Satanta. She was the baker's daughter, and she offered me a deal. I would spend some time with her just to talk, and she would give me the leftover bread of the day. I was so happy I let enjoy. Finally, we would have something to eat. And so we did. Every day I would spend some time with her, and she would give me some bread for me and my sister. Until one day she stopped. I went to the bakery and asked where she was. She had moved to another part of Yadadan. She wanted better job, better wages. I could not fault her. So starving again, my sister and I did. I was so angry with everything. I just took a bottle and began to hunt street dogs. They do not taste good. And I still can't feel. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking nonsense. Let's skip ahead 2 years. It doesn't really matter.
Well, if
But-
you need to get it out, it's Riptide's looking like a little bit taken aback. She'd seen some stuff happening when you'd had that moment of kind of shared consciousness. But having it all laid out is quite just. She'd had a tumultuous relationship with her family, but nothing approaching this. And so so if you need to get it out, it's like a poison when you get it out. So you don't have to maybe skimp on some of the details, but you don't have to hold back.
Lafi's not speaking, but she's like nodding along to the story and like not, how do I describe it? You can tell that she's just listening. Like, and she's just taking it in so she can understand. She doesn't want to interrupt.
Has a complicated expression on her face. Like she wants to let it out, but she also doesn't want to relive the memories too much. The story itself is having an effect on her. The
Yeah.
mood begins to change quite abruptly as she continues. No, it's okay. I'll just 2 years pass by, and my sister got a fever. I panicked. I went to the nearest doctor and I gave them all everything I had. Food, clothing, didn't matter. And he said that he didn't care for little girls and kicked me out of his hospital. That nobody cared about the little girls. And so I wept over the body of my sister because I thought she was going to die. And then I remembered, years ago, my mother, when we were sick, would bring us soup. And I knew of a soup stand, but I didn't have any money. I gave it all to the dog. So I waited by that stall for 3 hours until someone ordered soup and I stole it. I stole the bowl of soup and I ran for my sister. I didn't mind that the spilled water of the soup would burn my hands or that the plate was too hot. I just kept running until I finally was with my sister. But she wouldn't drink it. She was sleeping, passed out. I didn't know. She wouldn't respond, and I was so focused on my sister that I didn't notice that the man I stole from had followed me. And when I noticed, I stood in front of my sister protecting her with my body because I did not know what he would do. And instead of shouting, instead of hitting me or pushing me away, he just knelt down. He asked me if I was hungry, and he offered me a hand. The biggest mistake of my life was accepting that hand.
Yeah, but Lou, if you were starving, what were your alternatives?
I don't know. But I know how it went. 3 years, the first 3 years, they were the best years of my life. I had everything I could ask for. I had a home, I had clothing, I had a warm meal, I wasn't cold. I didn't have to worry about some deadbeat homeless guy trying to steal everything from us, or trying to assault us with a broken bottle or not. I was happy. My sister was happy. But I noticed that William wasn't. He looked like a man drowning. Like the situation was helpless, like we couldn't do anything important. And so I went to a study and I asked him if I could do anything to help. You already know what happened that night, and she nods her head towards Wolf and Riptide.
This is what we saw.
The
This is what
shop.
we saw. Did he make you do that, or what? Because we've all done things, we're not, we've all done things we regret, but sometimes under duress. All I saw was, well, Lafi wasn't there, but
Lou doesn't answer immediately. She tries to smile, this expression of you already know the answer, but it kind of breaks as her real emotions, the real sadness begins to settle into her expression. How much do you guys know about Yardatan?
only a little bit of. Well, I was in the Lupin Vale, but that's as far north as I've been.
I don't
I'm
know
from
very much either.
as far south as you can get, even by getting your feet wet. I'm from way south.
Well, if you one day go in one of the major cities, you should ask about rumors of a phantom. The Heart Taker, they called me. Because I would go in at night, and when William asked, I would steal something or kidnap someone, and when he asked, other times I would kill people. I would break into their rooms and stab them in the heart. Instant, painless. I want to say I didn't care. That I just did as I was told, but that's not true. I'm just lying to myself again. Because remember, Lafi, I said I went to more than 25 funerals.
She just solemnly nod.
I went to each and every single funeral, and on their coffins, I put 2 flowers. I put a forget-me-not, and I put a white. I put her expression breaks a little bit as she tries to remember the flower. What was it? A white tulip.
A tulip, yeah.
And Lafi, you should know this. Do you know the language of the flowers? Do you know what a white tulip means?
Laffy would know.
Outside of character, I'll tell you. It is forgive me or forgiveness.
Whew. Yeah, Lafi would know that. So she'd just like close her eyes, nod.
I begged for their forgiveness at their funerals. I would spend the night wailing, begging, screaming at any god that would listen to please forgive to wash away my sin. But forgiveness doesn't repair the action. It doesn't tell an orphaned boy that their father will be back because, oh, the killer felt bad. They cried 2 hours last night after they stabbed your father through the heart. And again and again and again and again and again and again and again! The cycle repeats. Until the 32nd time. Because I wasn't tasked with killing an ordinary man. I was tasked with killing someone who walks with death. Wolf knows what I mean, don't you?
Do I?
What is the goal of the organization you're a part of?
Well, part of it's to hunt those who deal with necromancy. White bloods.
I was tasked to kill a half-orc sorcerer named Savik, who was a wig. You know, those people who can cast necromancy. And so I broke into his home and I stabbed him in the heart. But instead of dying, he suddenly leapt up, grabbed me by the neck, punched me in the face, grabbed the back of my neck and ripped it off. And her hand goes towards the mark on her neck where you can see bone. I don't remember much of that night. I just remember something draining me. My life, my very essence. I could feel a bone-chilling sensation traveling from my neck to the entire body. And suddenly, it stopped. He let me go, and I fell to the ground, and he fell on top of me. And just as I began to lose consciousness, I saw my sister rushing through the door with a bow in her hand, screaming out my name. That was the first time my sister killed. The first time I realized what I had brought her into.
But she did it to protect you, right? She was defending her sister?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But the story doesn't end there, does it? I woke up not in a bed being fussed over by my sister or William. Not even in a room. I woke up in a forest. A familiar forest. One that was nearby nets, and one where I and my sister used to play in before things went south. And as I continued to walk, I noticed that the trees were dead. The floor was covered in some fog or mist. And as I arrived at the clearing I used to play with my sister, I saw a tall tree. The leaves, the branches without leaves. And from it I saw hanging 31 bodies. Their rotted carcasses are still something I often see. They were all the people I had killed. And when I approached one, it suddenly leapt alive and sank its claws through my heart. And I got to relive the last 10 minutes of the wife whose husband I killed and whose wives I killed when she noticed me. I got to feel her dread, her terror, her sadness, the anger as I sank my dagger through her heart. And then I felt another set of claws sinking into my chest, and another one, and another one, and another one. 31 sets of memories before I suddenly woke up in my bed and my sister sleeping next to me. That's how I got my abilities. That's how Lou Marblecut became what she is today.
But that's not what the Lou that I don't know. You guys have been with her longer. That's not the Lou that I've seen. What changed?
Learned that day that I was in a 3-month coma. But you have to ask yourself a question. In those 3 months, who was doing William's bidding? Was it perhaps some assassin for hire? Maybe. Maybe he did it himself? No. He sent Leia, my innocent little sister, who just wanted to be a doctor when she grew up. And in the coming weeks, I began to hear rumors of people found hanging by their own intestines in their own homes, of scenes so gruesome that blood littered the walls and the ceiling, of entire families slaughtered like they were animals. Then one day, my sister came to me and said, "Hey Lou, I've been working on this project. I want to show you something." And down some stairs she led me to a room that smelled like death. And inside of it, guess who I find? A familiar Goliath tied to a chair. One of her eyes gouged out, her beautiful black hair cut off. Her strong arms, one cut off, one open until you can see the bones and the raw nerves. Her legs flayed, and her stomach open.
the intestines were wrapped around her neck. I don't know how I felt. I just know that I approached Satanta. I couldn't look into her eye. My gaze was fixed on her stomach. I just remember putting one hand on her shoulder, and I took my dagger out, and I
think we know where you're going there. You brought a swift end to it, but what happened? Is there anything? What happened to Leia in those 3 months when you weren't there? We don't know. You don't know if. It sounds like you tried to protect her from it, I suppose. Like, Riptide is pale, kind of pale, and one looking here like a little bit taken aback. I say a little bit taken aback at the story. There's been like a growing look of like gradually growing horror on her face as she's heard like the things that you had to do and the things you did do. But when it comes to what Leia has done, she looks like she's desperately trying to find a excuse. I think is probably the best word. So
Lafi?
Mm-hmm. I think Lafi, by the way, I don't think she'd be hiding it necessarily, but she is like trying not to cry. This is like very intense and she's not quite sure how to react, but again, she's just trying to like listen and take it in, but it's like clearly like Riptide's pale, Laffy's as white as a ghost.
Jen, is there a window in here, like a porthole or anything?
If this is in your room,
I don't know what room this is in. I'm just like, if it's a bedroom, I assume there is.
A couple of different windows that you can stand out to bring in some fresh air, and maybe.
Yeah,
the only thing I'd say is that Lafi would be like.
Oh,
sorry. Go on.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Lou. Fucking hell, Laurel would be facing away towards Timothy L. names, yeah, facing towards like one of the windows, like not looking at this. Obviously, it's still listening very intently, but not looking directly.
Yeah. Lou is now clutching the box tightly in her hands shaking as she just stares at it, trying to, I don't know, get meaning from it. And she just turns towards Lafi with tears in her eyes. There is a lesson there, you know? Do not care about the wrong people. Because if I didn't care about my parents, I would have had my salary from being a servant. I could have gotten food and clothing and maybe a place to live. That was the box. And if I didn't care about Leia, I could have maybe stayed a servant. And if I didn't care about Satanta, I wouldn't have felt so hurt. If I didn't care about William, I wouldn't have hesitated to put a dagger through his heart the moment I decided I'd get away.
But if you didn't care, then you would have left your sister. And it could have been worse.
My life's worst regrets, my worst nightmares are behind two words. What if?
If I've learned anything from being here again the last few months, a conversation that me and Wolf had today It's that you, as much as we want to control things, we can't. And I don't think that you caring was the problem.
And what was the problem? Because I had to do something wrong to deserve all this.
No. Bad things happen. It's not your fault that bad things have happened to you. All that you can do, all that you can control is the way that you react to the things that happen. You can't control the things that happen, they just happen. We just have to work through it. We have to do what we can in that moment. And you did everything you could. You have to know that, Lou. You have to see that none of it is your fault. You were handed a really terrible situation and you dealt with it the best you could, and you cared and you tried and you did everything you could. And that doesn't mean that it's your fault because you didn't do something right at all. Sometimes things happen and that's just life.
Just refusing to meet Lafi's eyes. She's just crying while looking at her downwards at the chair she's sitting in.
Lafi's gonna like. So Lou's been quite like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Much allergic.
Yeah, allergic to anything. Lafi is gonna like fully just like stand up and like take hold of Lou's like hand that isn't holding the box, like a free hand, if you will, and like give it not like a squeeze, like a like a hard squeeze, but like a reassuring one, and like not let go for a minute and just like hold her hand until Lou looks at her again. And then if she eventually does, I don't know if she will.
Lou at first just stares at your hand. She doesn't put any force into holding it back. She just lets it limply lay into yours.
Mm.
As she whispers just loud enough that everyone can hear. I have broken every promise that I made to myself. I promised I would take care of Leia. I promised that she would grow happy. I promised that I wouldn't hurt anyone. I promised that I would confess my feelings to Satanta. There's just one I haven't broken yet. And with her right hand, she just opens the box. And inside you see 5 black cigarettes marked Black Devil and a drawing of not quite attractive but still a pretty good looking female Goliath with long black hair. I said I would quit smoking for her. But what is one more broken promise?
Lafi's gonna, with her other hand, like close the lid on the box, and like when the lid is closed, she like brings her hand up and like cups the side of Lou's face and like brings her like chin up to like meet Lafi's gaze, and she's just gonna look at her and like say very softly, soft and like loud enough for everyone to hear, but mainly aimed at Lou, and like she doesn't care if the others can't hear it. She just looks at Lou and she says, "You cannot blame yourself for being a victim of what other people have done to you."
She's right, Lou. We've all had to do things for survival that we wouldn't want to do. When I was out there before I met you guys, I was working for I just had to take any work I could get, or I'd starve. And that's hard enough when it's just one of you. When you've got a charge, you've got someone who relies on you, it makes those decisions 10 times harder. I don't know. I've not spoken to my sister in years, but I think if I came down to it, I'd crawl across broken glass for her. I wouldn't even blanch at the thought of taking somebody else out to make sure she was safe. So you've got to catch yourself a little bit of slack here. You don't know what happened in those 3 months. You don't know if, maybe she let someone in that shouldn't have been let in. You can't.
I should have been better.
No. No.
I should have been better.
She's gonna pull Lou in for a hug.
Lou doesn't return the hug at first, but then she does, and she, maybe with a little bit too much force, grips the fabric of your outfit and just almost like completely leans into you.
Mm-hmm.
She is full on crying right now. I should have been better. I should have been better. I should have known better.
Laffy's just gonna be doing that thing, when you stroke the back of someone's head like those shh kind of thing. She's just fully like wrapping her arms around Lou, like it's okay, kind of just really trying.
So, I know that it's been you've been really brave to share all that with us, but what is that? So they're after this book. They're after this. Is that William or is that your sister? Or is it both of them? And clearly we've seen some of the lands they're prepared to go to.
William has been hoarding. Sorry. Lafi, you can let go now.
She like is so like enveloped in the hook she doesn't realize that she's like squeezing the life out of Lou, and then she's like sorry and like lets go and just like taps her hand.
Lou puts very carefully puts the closed box back into her pocket. The people he sent me after were fellow magic casters that he thought were knowledge that do things about necromancy that he didn't. He had these new artifacts and spell books and tomes, and he put all that knowledge into this grimoire. And it has centuries of knowledge of everything he could find. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know towards what goal. But I knew it was important. So I left a note in my sister's room. Asking her to find me if she knew why I left. And when I realized that I couldn't kill William, I just put a note in his room that said, that I would return the book when he found better ways to get knowledge. And now they're sending people to kill me and to get the book back.
So,
and I had this ring that Olivia gave me in Havenorel, that divination wizard I told you about, that would make me untraceable. And I sympathized with Ned So when you guys left the base with Wolf before that fight with that monk, I told him not to worry, and I gave him the ring because I saw him so afraid of being found that I became an idiot, and I cared again.
Not an
And I
idiot to want to
sympathized.
protect. It's not an idiot to protect somebody. But the question is, Lou, what are you going to do about it? Now we know the past and we know what the present is. You've got this force coming after this book. And the question is, what are we, your friends, going to do about it? What do you want us to do about it? Because we can protect you, we can try to protect you, but it's very hard to protect against things you can't see. And I'm not one for waiting. I don't like waiting around. I don't know about Wolf, I don't know about Lafi, and I don't know about Kudo, and I don't know about Aeon, and I don't know about Rusty. But I don't like sitting around waiting for someone to come and pick me off or lay an ambush for me. So, what do you say we, when we get back, we get ourselves ready, and we take a little trip up north to maybe put an end to William's machinations, so you don't have to worry about this book no more.
No, that's not an option. No. We can't go against William. There's no way.
You say that, mate.
He's too strong. He's too
No such
strong.
thing as too strong. You know, we can't just sit there and wait for you to be picked off.
No.
Oh, and I don't know about the others, and I know you've done some things that, you know, some people might blame you for, but you did it to protect your sister, and I can understand that.
Lou, it's not even just the things that you've done for your sister. You just told us about that ring. You gave that to Ned, of all people. That's a huge thing. That's a huge sacrifice to make.
It was stupid.
No,
I was being stupid.
Listen, you did that because you felt for him. And that proves that you're not this broken person you think you are. You care. You still care, despite everything. You do care. And we care about you. You're like a family, Lou. And if somebody is threatening you in any way, we're gonna help. We can do this.
Laura,
Do you trust us?
Yeah.
I want to trust you, but I don't know.
You can trust us, don't.
I haven't known anything since 16 years ago. I haven't. I just want to go back. When things were simple. When I had a future to look forward to.
You have a future.
Yeah, we can make you a future, mate.
You can make it whatever you want. We just need to make sure that we can help you with this.
You talk about William being untouchable and powerful, but he's clearly not untouchable if you've managed to get this book away from him. And if I understand the Midnight Hunt, maybe they've got some info on him that'll give us an edge. If you're worried about that, I'm sure we can find something. It'll give us a bit of an edge.
Strength in numbers, and we have numbers. We have friends in Havenorel. I'm sure we could talk to the Silver Hawk about it. I'm sure we could talk to the Hunt about it. We have Runo. We have friends in high places. We're not alone in this, Lou. and we're not just going to leave you to deal with it on your own. I think Lafi would like look to see what Lorelei was doing. I know that you said Wolf was like looking through the window.
She would have turned, I think, once the story for the most part was finished, and just like watched how it'll go on. She hasn't said anything this entire time. And I think she'd just be there. I don't know if you want me to roll a check, because I know if I roll a deception check, it's not going to work. But I think she'd be doing her best to have little to no emotion, if that makes sense.
I will allow you to
all of the checks are going to be the same.
Yeah.
So if you want me to make a charisma check, I can. But in my head, Wolf is just being as stoic as she can.
Okay. I mean, you're facing the other way.
No, she would have turned around.
Okay.
Now. But
I think they will.
I can do it if you want.
Yeah, try. I don't want to like. I think it's clear that obviously for everyone emotions are high.
Can I use advantage? I don't know.
You can if you haven't used it. And remember, you have hero points.
8.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Doesn't matter.
That's bad news.
I don't think anyone is, well, apart from Lafi, I don't think anyone's looking towards the.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what emotions is she failing to keep like in check? I think it's probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mix. Sorry, I was sort of stunned the entire time.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is she is saddened at the scenario, if that makes sense. Pity is the wrong word. She is I think saddened's the right word. Like, unhappy that it had to come to all of that, if that makes sense. She's saddened at how unfair it was, if that makes sense. And is just trying to hold it, I guess, because I know as a person, obviously, I don't know fucking that extent, that's insane, but like when you're in a rough scenario, sometimes you don't want someone to be all sad for you. Sometimes you don't want people to look at you like with pity. So that's what she's trying not to do.
Okay. Yeah. Riptide's not very good at hiding her emotions, so you would have seen flashing across her face like sadness, apprehension, horror, disquiet, a lot of negative emotions until you got right to the end of it. But now she's a very forward-thinking person, and is trying to focus you on a path. But it is up to you whether you take that path, obviously. Just as an aside, and I just would be interested to understand, because I think I know the answer. Why didn't you want Rusty here? In fact, I will ask that in character. Riptide's going to turn around and say, I think I know. But why is it you didn't want little Rusty here?
Lou looks surprised and a little bit taken back by this own question. And she just tries to appear more calmer than she feels. I just didn't feel like having him here. Lie.
Oh.
She's gonna nod. Her passive insight will, everyone's passive insight will see right through that. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is out of character. I think it's unspoken. Lou doesn't want Rusty here because he, as far as she's concerned, is like very innocent and doesn't. Maybe would react the worst to that than everyone she knows. Like not like an attacking her in like in a seat, but like be very, very upset and not be able to comprehend it.
Well, not quite. Lou doesn't want Rusty to see the world as she does, because she has a very pessimistic view, and she wants Rusty to, stay happy, stay innocent, so to say.
Yeah.
Well, as innocent as a man-killing night dragon can be.
No, it makes sense. I agree. I think it's a sensible choice. Okay. So it kind of takes a minute or two for everyone to sink in. Riptide hasn't engaged physically. It's gonna like bring herself to her feet, and stroll kind of around the room just to try and mull her thoughts together. And so she's gonna turn around. She's gonna say, "So, what do you want to do? Do you want us to see if we can help, or shall we just? I mean, I'll stand in front of you like a shield, but I can only help you if I know where the attack's coming from, and if I'm asleep, then I can't help. And if
when we
it's
get
as good as you say, if she's sneaking in through windows, then
when we get back to Havenorel, I want to talk to the Midnight Hunt. And I want to check on Olivia to see if she's okay, because Leia is there in Havenorel.
is this why you weren't sure what you'd do if you came across her, whether or not you'd be able to stand with us or against us? I understand that, Lou, but I'd hope that if we were attacked, you'd at least try to disarm her, to stop. I mean, I don't know what she looks like, but I'm not gonna.
I don't want to die.
I
don't want to die, but I can't kill Leia.
No.
It's not. It's just she's my sister. How am I supposed to? I love her. I still love her.
Yeah, of course you do, mate.
Luke, can I ask you something really blunt?
Yeah.
If she came here, or to Havenorel or anywhere, with the intention of killing you, would you be opposed to us stopping that? Would you hate us if we?
Please don't kill her. Please don't kill Leia. You can't defend. Please don't kill Leia. You can defend yourself, but I'm begging you. And look, I holds your shoulders. Her hands are shaking. Her voice is barely audible. Her eyes are full of desperation. She's not even trying to hide it. She doesn't have the strength to hide it. Please don't take Leia. I don't know what I would do if she. Please don't kill Leia.
Do you think that it? Do you think that we can undo it? Do you think that there's a way to?
I don't know. When I left, I thought I would be dead within the week. But now I'm here. And
maybe there's a part of her that's still.
I hope that if she wants to, that we could maybe capture her and rehabilitate her, maybe.
That's a good idea.
That's the barest trace of sincere hope, fragile as it may be.
We can try.
Inflict her tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, if the worst comes to the worst, we end up against her, then we can. We know we can capture people. We know we can. We did it with Ned. We've done it with other people. We can do that again. Promise to try, but got to defend ourselves. But we go to speak. The plan is, I'm with you here. Go to the hunt. Get some info on this William and see if we can remove that as a threat.
Maybe with
First.
him out of the way, we'd have an easier chance of.
Getting your sister back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who just nods and
Okay.
tries to wipe her tears, but they won't stop coming out of her eyes. So she just sits down again and opens the little box and looks at Satanta's picture. You know, I almost forgot what she looked like this.
She's really pretty.
She used to be.
Mm.
You know, the night after you know that happened, there was a new body hanging from the tree, but I didn't dare to approach it because I didn't want to know how she felt when she saw me.
Just
Horror,
remember-
terror, hate, anger, happiness.
She's gonna like put her hand on Lou's shoulder and like point to the picture with her other hand. Just remember her like this.
I'll try.
So
Lou is very careful that her tears don't stain the paper.
Riptide is gonna stand up, pat you kind of like gingerly on the shoulder, and stroll to the door and be like, I think I need a bit of air. I need. Don't worry, Lou. We'll stand with you. I know it's been hard to get this all out, but I just need a bit of a. I just need a bit of a. I just need to take this
I
all
understand.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
And she kind of like awkwardly leaves without saying goodbye. A little. She doesn't like storm off. She strolls off, trying to like rationalize a little bit what she's just said.
I think Lafi would sit there for a minute and just try and comfort Lou, and then sort of like look around the room and be like, I don't really know what to say. And then she'd like sort of slowly stand and be like, I'm gonna go make sure that Rusty hasn't been sick on your bed, Lou. Because I'm pretty sure you'll probably need a good night's sleep after
Probably
this.
will be the 13th reason.
Oh my god.
So I'll be back. And then she'll like very slowly walk towards the door and like look over to Lorelei to make sure she's okay.
She just gives like a half nod. Waits.
Yeah, and then she'd leave. Was Rusty sick on her bed?
Well, we'll come to that in a minute.
Okay. I'll leave these two to
Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to promise me something.
What?
If it is too dangerous. And she takes out this scroll from her back pocket and hands it over.
What's this?
It's a scroll of teleportation. If you see that against Leia or William or any other fight involving this, if you see that people are going to die, I want you to teleport everyone except for myself away from there. Because I don't know if I could live with myself if the Starlight Syndicate died for me.
I think Wolf would have like stood up to be like standing next to Lou as she like got out the scroll, and I think she'd be like, she'd have her hand out to hold it, and as Lou said that, Lola would say, "If I am to use the scroll, I'm not leaving with everyone but you. I will promise I'll use it if the time is necessary, but I'm not gonna have you left behind."
But they Lou is like actually more trying to convince herself than you. Like, but they're tracking me. They don't know
Lou?
you have to. It
Lou.
it ends with me.
Lou. They still don't know that I have it. And listen. You say you don't want the Starlight Syndicate to die because of you. But I'm not going to have you die for something you couldn't control. This is all horrible and unfathomable circumstances. But it's not your fault. You did your best, and that is all that anyone can ever give. If you keep beating yourself up about it, you're not going to grow as a person. I know it's not what you want to hear, but sometimes to see the light of the new day, you have to stand up and meet the horizon. You can't just wallow. I've done that, and it doesn't work. And she like takes a step back and takes the scroll, like putting it like to her side and holds out her hand. So Lou, for me, for everyone, but more importantly, for yourself, you're going to stand up. You're going to rise above whatever you were given, and you're going to do your best.
Clearly wants to take the hand offered, but hesitates every time she's going to reach out for, like, she wants to hope, to promise that she will be better. And you see this internal conflict on her face before she just stands up without taking your hand. And I will try.
And that's fine, because trying is all that you can ever do. Now I feel like you need some rest, so I'll let you go. But remember, you have people to lean on. We've all had bad moments, and moments where we've needed each other. And it's the reason we're still here. You have people you can trust, and it may be difficult to understand that, but we're here for each other, we're here for you.
So just nods and casts disguise self to make herself appear as if she hadn't been crying, and just silently walks out of the room and hopes to God that Rusty isn't still jumping on her bed.
Yeah. So no, he hasn't been sick on your bed. You'd be glad to hear. What he has done is rearranged all your stuff into what he thought is the optimal stuff. So all
as someone with
your
OCD, that would kill me.
Yeah. He's rearranged your stuff, so all your socks are not in like the sock drawer; they are back in the suitcase, kind of thing. Because he's freed up the space in the middle of the room for like calisthenics and
for activities.
Yeah, for activities. And he's left you some like leaflets on the bed. but we will end there. Thank you very much for that. Well done. That seems to be quite a exorcism of things. And
I have to stare at the roof blankly for 3 hours.
yeah, you will return to your return to your rooms. Riptide goes to her room. In fact, before we end, Riptide goes back to her room. Is it? And you don't have to if you don't have anything immediately, because I know that was a lot to take in. I know what I would do in that situation, which is kind of sit down with a hot chocolate and maybe have a bit of a cry. But is there anything you want to kind of do before the boat departs? Because there was one thing I was going to do, but that I forgot to do it before we got into that story. So unless there's anything anyone wants to add, I will just quickly do a quick addendum as the boat sets off.
No.
Okay. So
Before going to sleep, Louis is going to open the little box with and throw the cigarettes away and just stare at that picture for a little while before going.
Oh, I do think when it came time to go to bed, I know you said the bed was like huge. But I think,
imagine you're in the middle of it now.
Yeah, I think Lafi, like, she wouldn't say a word to Wolf. She would just like get as close as possible and just like hold her, because like that was very traumatic.
Yeah. So just before you get back to bed, as you like escorting an absolutely wired Rusty back to his room.
I thought you were going to say Runo.
No, Runo has been propping up the Tropicana bar. And he may have died. We just don't know.
Oh, fucking hell!
No, he's just been nailing rum and cokes all afternoon.
Oh, no.
But as you are directing Rusty to his room, I assume there's some kind of like small tucking in. He's on the starboard side of the boat, which is facing Algadane. And his porthole the room's porthole is open. Rusty doesn't have a porthole. The room's porthole is open.
Wait, you tell me Rusty doesn't have a blowhole like a whale?
Yeah. And so you hear a small fracas coming from outside as someone is being refused entry to the boat. It's kind of like an awkward position, like you can't, because the portal's not very big, you can't really see what's going on. You can just kind of hear, and it's not like a screaming match, but there's someone saying, no, I've got to get on, it's my destiny, I have to be on there, I've absolutely got to get on. And one of the captain's like stern, like Fozzie Bear voice is like, well, I'm afraid, waka waka, you can't come on board, sir, you don't have a ticket or the money to pay for one, and plus we're at capacity and we can't allow anybody else on board, it's not safe. And this guy is absolutely adamant that he's getting on board. It's my destiny. Yeah. So what's the range on your dark vision? It's getting dusky.
I think it's 60 for elves.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, because I'm a human.
Yeah. Okay. So you peer. You like. Can you make a perception check, please? See what you get.
My passive is 16.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Because it's awkward to like get your head around, but you kind of like manage to get your head out, and you see on the fisherman's boat the same guy the same one that brought you out, the frog lizard folk is sitting there in a huff with his arms folded. They're about just at the edge of your vision. It's very dusky. You're hard to make out. You can recognise this fella and his boat, and there's like this like gangplank that this humanoid, tall, quite overweight. Not quite overweight, he's a little bit overweight. Like kind of shaggy-ish hair is trying to get onto the boat, but he's being like blocked. It's like physically people are blocking him from getting. He's trying to push past him and dive underneath them. It's just not very like dexterous or athletic. So they're just like, I've got him. Like, no, you're not getting on the boat. And then after a minute or two of him pushing, they bodily lift him up and carry him. And it's like he's kicking his feet. It's like, no, it's my destiny. I have to be on this boat. I actually have to be on there. It's important. The whole world relies on it. And they're like, shut up, you mentalist. And they put him on the boat, and then they stand there and they watch as the frog lizard folk guy drives him back to shore. You would recognise this guy as Callum Thule. He was the judge from the poetry competition. We'll leave it there.
So we're all seeing this, or just Lafi?
I think just laugh. It's not like it wasn't like a huge blowout thing. It was just like, imagine, pick your favorite recording artist. You know, T Swift. I don't know, another popular pop act. My finger is so far away from the pulse. I only know Taylor Swift because this is on TikTok a lot. Ariana. I don't know. You guys don't give me anything.
It's fine, James.
Yeah. Hello, fellow kids.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But just imagine, like, their like biggest fan trying to like worm their way past the security to get backstage. That's the kind of vibe he was going for, rather than like invasion of the boat. But he is taken back, and you can hear him shouting just at the edge of your like as he heads back to land. It's like, no, I need to get on that boat. The whole boat. And just like the boat like put us away. And after that, you hear this soft rumbling from the engine. Like there's an actual arcane engine on this boat that starts moving this huge rudder, not a rudder, it's like a churning paddle at the back. I couldn't think of the word there, but it's a paddle. And you just feel this soft inertia as the boat starts moving forward. And it's like, and it's got dark, so I'll say it's like 10 at night. But like activities on this boat continue basically until 2 in the morning. But we will cover that off next time.